So recently I've seen multiple articles detailing the desire for men to have sex for upwards of 10 minutes.
Excuse me?
And that's just the backward society we live in, where somehow your body getting a job done in an efficient time frame is somehow considered negative.
Are you sure you're reading that right? Because if you're taking upwards of 10 minutes to produce sperm, you should probably go to a doctor.
Yeah, when you tell your body that it's time to go, that sperm should be ready ASAP.
Yep.
Not dilly-dallying, not checking TikTok, and doing everything other than completing the task.
Sex shouldn't operate like a government bureaucracy.
Bingo. Taking a process that should take seconds tops and then dragging it out arbitrarily with red tape, regulation, and I guess multiple committees.
By the way, turn sex into the DMV at your own risk.
Yep.
Because in prehistoric times, when predators roamed, if you couldn't finish, you would be finished.
Well, this wasn't a topic back then, because delayed ejaculators would be removed from the gene pool.
As were people who took 9 hours to eat an apple. But in this one area, women decided that inefficiency is a virtue?
One thing I actually do to ensure efficiency is I set an hourglass timer for 2.5 minutes, making sure I'm wrapped and clothed by the time it runs out.
Yes.
As well as every month, taking that timer to a glass worker to remove 4 seconds of sand.
Keep you on your toes. I like to order Uber Eats and slot all fornication into the time between the driver buzzing into my apartment and him knocking on the apartment door. And
1 second, that's my ex calling. Let me guess, you're going to be late on the alimony payment again.
The boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
And the BOYSCAST is here.
yes, we are.
You already know what it do, what it does, what it did. All right, you already know what it did, you know what it does, and you already know what it did too. Here we go. Just fucking get things kicked off.
Man with only one wife, okay, that's good. He's faithful. But a man with 3 women, that's 3 times more faithfulness than the beta with only one wife.
I'm listening.
You can't get more faithful than that.
I've seen that Muslim chick around.
What's her deal?
I don't know. She's just like a crazy based Muslim chick.
Is that what it is?
I guess.
I guess if any Muslim chick that's just about Muslim stuff
Yeah,
is
she's just like, that's the
based
stuff.
by American standards.
Exactly. She's just just Muslim chick on Instagram.
That's so funny though, just being in the other room, having your wife listen to that. You're like, what are you listening to? But if you have 4 wives, you're actually 4 times more faithful.
I'm trying to figure out how to be more faithful, honey.
I'm religious now.
I mean, I've always been faithful, but I'm trying to be more faithful.
I'm really honing up on how
It's
to be
like,
the
you know
most
how
faithful.
you love me being 100% faithful.
Well, if we could do 101.
I go 400% more faithful.
I feel like we could kick up the faithfulness a
Yeah,
notch or 2.
Exponentially, we can increase the faithfulness.
4x. You know how I told you I was going to 4x my portfolio. Well, you know how that didn't work.
Yeah.
You know,
This chick works for Grant Cardone. 10x your faithfulness.
yeah. So she's cooking around the internet.
Yeah.
I can see those getting some views.
Yeah.
Hey, if you haven't checked out the Fat Wife Support Group sketch that me, Danny, and Derek, Dom, and Jared did, I think that's some of our best work.
Yeah,
so
check it out.
Definitely
Solid
check
stuff.
that one out. I just got back from Phoenix and I got one pretty funny one for you. Which, by the way, also, me and Danny, Vancouver, there's only like 10 tickets left. So maybe by the time this is, you missed out. Also,
missed out.
Portland's got a few, then Tacoma, Los Angeles, San Jose. They're all doing pretty good. RyanLongComedy.com. Los Angeles, we added another one. Yeah.
There we go.
One of
And
the
I'll be in
Portland.
Vancouver, Edmonton, April, May, DannyComedy.com.
But so JJ, we're on stage, right? And so JJ goes on stage, and you know his whole thing's like piglets this, piglets
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
calling the girls I'm not a pervert stuff.
Sure.
So he goes on stage, and then he was some girl. It was like all the shows were pretty good, but then there was this one girl in the audience, and he was like, he starts chatting with the crowd, and he goes, "Is this you? Is this your pig wife here?" And then he goes, "Is this your little piglet wife or something like that?" And then the guy goes, "What?" And then the girls, everyone in the crowd just like, "What the fuck?" And then he goes, no, you guys don't worry. I call all girls piglets.
Yeah, he goes, it's my catchphrase. Guys.
Yeah. He's trying to explain, like, no, you don't guys, I know that everyone got weird right now. You don't understand. I call every girl pigs. And they're like, that's not better. I feel this, the whole room was just like, what?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, how long you been together? And this is your little piglet wife here? He's like, no, it's not because I think she's fat.
JJ's like, have you seen my Instagram? They're like, no. They're like, we haven't. He goes, oh. Yeah, that's a big part of it. You would have had to seen about my last 50 videos.
You have to be following
for the context.
You have to be
here.
following me yelling in the camera. Yeah. No, you don't understand. This is actually really normal for me to call someone's wife a piglet. It's like, why does that make it better?
They're like, JJ forgets you're like, some people just buy tickets to comedy shows. like we've become like so disconnected from that reality. With
Sure.
some people go, oh, what do you want to do on Saturday? Go, oh, let's go to the comedy club. Who's playing? No idea. Let's just go to the comedy club as a thing to do. You go, you know any of these people? No.
This is your little fucking fat pig. I couldn't see their faces, but we actually.
Sure, I'm sure I have an idea what it was.
You know
like.
what? It was filmed. Maybe I can cut that clip because I have the audience thing too. It was crazy. I almost went on and apologized, but I was just like, I'm not going to even address it.
Yeah, just not even address it. Fucking piglet.
What do you fucking idiots don't understand about me calling everyone a piglet? That's not
you guys
normal.
that's what I call them.
Is this your fat, gross wife? No, I call women fat and gross. This is not.
Was she a little chunky?
I don't know that one. JJ said she was normal.
Oh, okay. Because that's the thing.
It's obviously worse if she's fat.
Yeah, she's like a rail. And you go, come on. If you go pick out the fattest chick there, he goes, "This is your piglet wife?"
Definitely.
I mean, JJ, people carry guns in the United States. Like, you fucking forget about that.
I know. I'll tell you what, though, when I was on the plane again, we started getting turbulence. Woo! Whoosh, you know the thing where you feel like you're on a roller coaster?
Yeah.
With all the planes crashing, man, it actually stresses you out now.
I know. You think
you're
looking up like what manufacturer of your plane is and stuff.
Well, what I do is I always come to peace with the fact that this is it. Like, there's been 3 times where I've like, okay, well, that's it, fine. We'd had a good run, the odds got me. I put it on the line, get it on this plane, and it's over.
It's still so insanely safe, though.
Dude, the thing you sent me last night, I was fucking crying.
Oh, the Endeavor Air?
Dude, the thing, so the planes have been crashing all over, and Pearson Airport's like the first crash in 20 years. Plane goes upside down.
Yeah, basically it landed so hard, from what I understand. The plane, because I guess they like lift up a little bit to take like the pressure off of the landing gear or whatever, but it just slammed into the ground so hard that the landing gear just buckled, and then basically the right landing gear broke, the right on the back, and then the right wing just like popped off and it fucking just spinned around.
Oh God.
Yeah, no fatalities.
That part I didn't get. Yeah,
dude, the craziest part is the people who are just like videotaping themselves. That they pull out their phone, they're like, I gotta get a fucking reel.
That's the
I
world
need
we're
content.
living in.
We're living in a fucking content world.
I could definitely see myself hanging upside down. Phone, hand me my phone.
Hand me my phone. Oh, do you have to call your wife? No, I need it to do. I'm not a pervert sketch.
Not a pervert, but you can see some of the Zumbas when you're upside down.
Yeah, when you're upside down, man, they're fucking hanging, dude. A lot of cleavage when you're hanging upside down.
So I was in the plane. I know I always do. It goes down, and I go, okay, if that's that, that's that. I'm pretty good at coming to peace with dying nowadays.
Sure.
When you're driving,
Dude, there's been one crash since 9/11. Commercial giant jump,
but all these other small crashes. So I've been looking it up. But there's been conflicting opinions because someone told us, they were like, "No, it's actually not more crashes. It's just you see more." But I keep looking it up and asking different AIs, like, "Hey, is crashes actually going up?" And they're saying, "Yeah."
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of there was the one in Scottsdale where it was an accident on the tarmac where 2 planes collided, clipped wings or something.
Yeah.
There was another one today in Phoenix, I believe, where 2 people did die, but small planes is dangerous. We had someone call into the bathhouse last week, right? And he's basically he works in airlines and stuff, and he's essentially if you own a prop plane where you're just a private pilot, you can maintain that however you want. There's no FAA strict rules around
right.
You have to do all this, and this. If you're just I don't really care about maintaining my plane that much, it's just
roll the dice.
Roll the dice, risk is on you. And those planes crash all the time. If you own a little plane, I remember when I went to a wedding in Telluride in Colorado last summer or 2 summers ago, and they have this in Telluride, because it's a mountain ski town, and so all the rich people, they all have places there, and so they have this tiny little airport. So I've never seen anything
just for their neighborhood,
just for the rich people, right? But it's I've never seen anything like it. So it's a short runway because it's on top of a mountain. It's a specifically short runway because it's all they could build. So the runway at the end of it, and you're basically flying off of a mountain, has a lip that goes up to give the plane a little extra juice to get going. And the guys there were in the winter.
It's a ramp.
Yeah, it's a ramp, literally a ramp. Yeah, it has a ramp. And so he's in the winter time, he's there's crashes, these little private jets are crashing all the time.
I told you when I was in Honduras, they announced on the thing, they said it was the shortest airport in the world. Why would you tell us that?
They said, trickiest landing in the world. Buckle up.
It was the shortest airport. And I looked it up. It was like the most fatalities. Honduras is not where you want to be. No, but yeah. So it was going on, and a lot of people have been saying that. Well, it's because of light, and there's a political angle from both, because the left wing political angle now is Trump got rid of safety requirements
that quickly.
Yeah, I don't believe that one. The right wing angle is that it's diversity stuff and like lax restrictions or whatever.
Yep.
I think you have to do it case by case.
Yeah,
because there is ones where people keep saying they try to make blanket statements. Like I've seen a lot of people have been like, oh, as if it's because of diversity or whatever because of their lax standards or whatever, and you go, well, look, if that was that pilot, like the 1,000th pilot that, they wouldn't have got in if they didn't get all these other people, then you're like, well, there's a case to be made. If that wasn't the case.
Yeah, like was there a pilot with 5,000 more hours, but happened to be a guy? And
you have to just look case by case.
They had 1,000 hours, and they.
Well, you sent me this thing that I thought it was like an Air Canada flight, I guess, and it was Delta.
So it was Delta operated by this like little airline called Endeavor. It's like they do like short trips.
You sent me this last night, and I watched it. I burst out laughing.
Go check the Endeavor Air TikTok page. It hasn't been removed yet.
I mean, you think they should remove it.
Or they're going to like lock it or something.
So is the deal that they're all feminine? But they go, what we really need is a phenomenon. We need something like a phenomenon. What were they saying? A phenomenon?
I didn't even watch them all.
They had a whole sketch about how phenomenon girl. And then they go, there's another girl. She's like, click, click, and then she's in her pilot outfit, and then she goes, find a girl that can do both. And she's in her pilot outfit, and she snaps her fingers, and then she's in her ball gown.
Yeah. It's very like female empowered airline.
So this is the girl,
AKA most dangerous airline in America. Coincidence? I don't know.
I mean, even if is there no dudes in the airline?
No, there are. So I actually saw there was a thing going around Twitter today that was like leaked, like I don't know if it's the manifest or what, but like it's like a screenshot of like from the control tower, and it had the names of.
I was trying to find that out. They don't want to give it to
you.
No,
I found it. So the first officer, which is not I think it's pilot in charge. There's because there's two pilots.
Yeah.
The main pilot was a dude. The first officer was a woman. Some people are saying that the first officer, the woman, landed it. But you're like,
I'm one of those people.
But like, why? If that's the case, you're like, why? You're like, you're coming into Pearson. There's crazy crosswinds. It's fucking blizzard, and he's just like, you know what? I think you're ready for this.
Do you think it's
super
possible
dangerous...
that she was saying, no, fine, you just do it? Yeah. No, I guess I'll just never land a plane.
Yeah, I guess just look out the window the whole time, just like I do every time. I mean, the interesting wrinkle would be find out if
is that something you want to do to land it? It's like, if you think that I'm ready, but if you don't think I'm ready.
Yeah. The interesting wrinkle will be if they find out they're in some sort of relationship. That'll be
They were fighting.
Yeah, they were fighting. Fine, you fucking land the plane. Good.
Have you ever seen that scene in Wayne's World where they're like Garth and Wayne are on the car and they're yelling as the plane goes above them? Yeah. And another thing, and they're yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to like her Instagram photo, then why don't you fucking? And you don't even want to come to me, my mother.
Maybe he's landing the plane, and she's like just quietly going down and just landing the plane. He goes, oh, a little turbulent. She goes, who's Kim? He's just like, fuck it. Just crash that shit instead of having to answer that question. I said, who's Kim? He's just
hold on. This is one.
Girls, come on. Leave the saving the world to the men? I don't think so.
I almost died when it just starts and goes, girls, leave the flying to the men? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Fast, die young, bad girls do it well. Live fast, die young.
When you have an unmanned flight crew.
They're endless of these. It's not like one.
Yeah, basically it's a lot of they're changing their clothes.
Their whole brand
and bragging about how there's
their
no
whole
men.
brand was like, yeah, we don't have men flying.
I mean, it is one of those things though. It's kind of like if you get in a big fight with your chick about directions and you're like, my way's better, and then you get lost, you do have to eat that.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? You go, we did it my way, it didn't work out, you're right.
Yeah.
You have to give it your right. Whereas if it's the same thing as if you make a TikTok being like, that's fucking right. Yeah, I can drive the plane. And then your airline
and this wasn't like a garden variety like crash where it's like, maybe the landing gear broke and it kind of like skidded. It's like the fucking, if you see the crash, like flames everywhere. the wing falls off. It lands upside down. Like, this is not
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like when you let your wife drive the car and that's how it comes back. Upside down, huh?
Find a pilot who can do both. Fly and crash. Yeah, I was asking though. Whenever there's like a school shooting, obviously first question everyone on the internet's like, "What's the race?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's every time there's a crash now. I'm always like, "What's the gender?"
Sure. Right. So, it's
Come on, give me some of that good stuff.
question worth knowing.
You hit the jackpot with this one though.
Oh yeah, I know. That's a good one. Right? Yeah.
Find a pilot who can do both. I always think it's funny too because
I'd like a pilot to do one thing, please.
you know that some of the pilots have or some of the people on the planes have the pride flags on.
Yeah.
It's always funny because you're just like, we know.
Yeah.
It'll be like
A male flight attendant has a pride flag?
there was a guy really fucking yelling and screaming as we were walking in, being like, "All right, guys, like make sure you put your bag." And he was like the full accent, of the
flamboyant.
top of the lungs, and I was just saying it'd be funny to go over and be like, "Can you shut the fuck up?"
You know how fucking frightened I am right now?
Make him flinch.
You know how scary flying is? I don't need this shit.
On the topic, took a Waymo, buddy.
Sick? Scary?
The first second. So I took him like all weekend long.
Do they have them up near the club now? When I was there last year, they didn't have them that far north.
No. You were staying at the condo?
Yeah.
You can't get them in the subdivisions.
Yeah. Oh, no, they didn't. No, when we went, so they've expanded. When we went, you had to go into Phoenix proper. Like,
No, you could
Scottsdale didn't have them last
You
year.
could get it at the club. You just couldn't get it into the gated
You couldn't get them
community.
at the club last year.
What? Okay.
Yeah, they didn't, because I was actually going to go into, because me and Derek went and watched a spring training game, and we were going to actually, I wanted to get one, but they didn't go that far.
I mean, it's better.
Yeah.
You go, this is better. I don't know. Okay. There's a bit of a human. The first time you drive it, you are a little like, this is fucking future,
Crazy.
man.
Yeah.
It is shocking that you're like, I'm in the fucking future.
Do you miss some guy on speakerphone? Are you you play a recording just to make yourself feel comfortable?
Then I was taking them all weekend, and I got home, long flight, delayed 4 hours, and I'm in the airport. I finally get to my thing. I've been 7-8 hours in airports, longer actually, probably like 10 hours in airports and airplanes. I get on the Uber, hour from JFK back. Guy talks in a different language. The other time, Indian dude had the fucking hairdo the Pauly D, where it's just blow dried up.
Yeah.
Basically looks like the South Park characters when they become Jersey Shore. It's like insane, right?
Okay.
And he just does a full hour top. And the last thing, first of all, listen to someone else. Like I said, if you're just anywhere in public and someone's doing a loud phone conversation, it's annoying. Obviously, when it's a different language, it becomes more irritating.
Yeah.
Like just hearing.
I prefer a different language because
you think you can tune it out a little.
Well, you can tune it out because you don't understand it, so it's actually closer to music where you go it's easier to tune out because there's no.
Well,
words
the truth is, you only get it in a different language because no one has the audacity to have an hour conversation.
It's
with
so
someone
weird
in front
because
of you.
I don't know if you have a look about you or what, but every time I take an Uber, if they have a phone call, they always say, "Is it okay if I take a phone call?"
What's the look about me? This guy's a bitch.
I don't know. Hey, I'm just asking questions.
They look,
Ryan.
they go, you know what? He's not going to say shit.
This bitch ain't gonna say shit. I'm just asking questions.
He's going to take it like the bitch that he is.
I don't know because they always ask me. They go, "Can I take a phone call?" And I go, "Sure."
Well, when you're in there, you're just like, all of the stuff that's been, the crashes are lower. You're just like, I don't have to talk to someone.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want. You can have conversations in the car where you're like, I'm not doing this in front of a guy. You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's like,
They're all minivans.
What's
right?
the downside? No, this is like a normal
it's a car.
mid-size. I don't know.
Okay.
What's the downside? I don't get what the downside is potentially.
Well, when they become sentient and
then
drive you into a fucking
That's
cliff.
the thing is they can get hacked. And also I thought this, certain times there you have a person-to-person request where you're like, hey, can we stop at that convenience store?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If
you're doing a longer one, you might be like, yo, do you mind stopping there for a second? I'll buy you a coffee. You know what I mean? You can't do it. There are times where you just want a human, where you're just on the move. You get to control you control your own music in the thing.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I'm telling you, there's definitely 4 or 5 things that are better about it. But yeah, for me, I was like, oh, the future is actually sick.
Yeah, so back on my doomerism where you go, okay, so they're not even going to be drivers.
People have been accusing you of being a doomer in the comments. I don't know if you noticed
I've
that.
said I've been a doomer. I've been the first person to admit I've been a doomer.
Oh.
I haven't been a doomer.
Oh, you fucking look in the mirror with that dick every morning.
What's the point of living?
You take a peek at that stick, you're like, we're all fucking doomed, man.
What's the point of living? There's no point anymore. But anyway, so there's not even going to be Uber drivers or cab drivers.
That's a lot of people losing their jobs.
Dude, there's 100,000 Uber drivers in New York City.
They're probably going to fight that every step of the way, though, because a lot of people that are losing their fucking work.
Yeah, so that's 100,000 just in New York City.
It's bizarre how, you know how they say things happen very slowly, then all at once?
Yeah.
This is starting to feel like the all at once.
Yeah, we're,
Because,
we're in the acceleration phase.
Even Peter Thiel says, like, the last 15 years was kind of, there seems to be no material, like, real changes in the real world. It's all just like your phone gets a little, the camera's 1% better.
Right, little
and now
millimeter thinner.
Yeah, and now it's $18,000, right? Whereas now it was like, there's no more, there's no more Google, there's no more fucking drivers. Like, now it feels like the happen in quick phase, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, I got into it with ChatGPT again, because ChatGPT lies to you a lot.
Yeah.
That's one thing everyone needs to be worried about, because I'll tell you, I do these things. I've had this 3 times in a row where I asked it. You know how you said I was fighting with it?
Yeah, you're fighting with you're fighting with your girl. Yeah.
Well, I was asking questions about like a tax plan and this and that. And I'm always doing things, right? I'm always checking in. I go, this and this and this. I go, okay, but I thought it would be higher because of this. And it goes, good catch. Actually, that would be factored in. So that would make it right. And I go, it says good catch to me. I go, so what are you then?
Yeah.
So, because
I mean, it's not God, Ryan.
if you're just a buddy that I can ask things, but like your opinion's not worth that much, then like what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, you paid $20 a month for it.
Okay, but it should say I'm not sure.
Yeah, I agree. I should say not sure.
I'm just a stupid fucking computer. What the hell do I know? Instead, there's a level of like certainty that it comes at you with.
Yeah, like ChatGPT's like, it doesn't say anywhere in the Income Tax Act that you have to pay your taxes, Ryan. Don't worry about Wesley Snipes, Ryan.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, well, what about this thing? And then I go, well, what are the other things that that you're missing out on?
Sure. I wonder
it's
how
just
much
having a conversation with a person.
Yeah, I wonder how much of it is like correctly prompting, because that's essentially like you have to like if you don't correctly prompt.
Are you victim blaming me? This thing's lying to my face, and you're like, you prompted it bad?
I don't know. just asking questions.
I'll tell you another thing. So this is on the topic of how quickly things are moving. California approves rules that turn sewage into drinking water.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna chalk that up in the doomerism.
It's literally water world.
Yeah, I know.
We're literally living in water world. There's like, you're gonna eat the bugs, you're gonna drink the piss.
Dude, we're all drinking Orbits now, but the Orbits balls are shit.
Honestly.
Everybody's like, bring back Orbits, and they go, okay, we brought back Orbits, but the balls are shit.
Because basically, they have all these like water problems, but your toilet always has water, so they're like precious fucking liquid gold.
Well, wasn't that the Bill Gates thing? Didn't Bill Gates do something where he drank the shit water?
Bill Gates was always on.
So this is a Bill Gates thing. Bill Gates.
Bill Gates' ideas are so crappy.
Man, he wants us to drink the shit water.
Elon Musk's ideas, as far as billionaires go, Elon Musk is kind of like, more like, hey, what if we have like cars that drive faster? What if we get if traffic with tunnels? He didn't finish that one, but like his ideas on paper do seem helpful. Bill Gates' are ideas like, what if I could eat a log of shit? What if there's mosquitoes everywhere, the transporting stuff? Everyone's a mosquito now.
Yeah, how about we could just put protein in shit and then you could eat your shit. And
Bill Gates' ideas really stink,
not the
man.
Best, not the
None
best.
of his ideas, every single one of his ideas, you're never like there's never an idea where you're like, oh, that'd be sick.
I mean, the problem is he peaked at like Windows 95. Remember how big of a piece of shit Windows XP was? Remember that? And it was like so bad. And he kind of like, he's just been trying to reclaim that juice of Windows 95.
His ideas are bad. He's like, what if we can eat hair?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every time you go to haircut, you could throw all that hair out. Like, what if we could turn that into food? You're just like, take a break, Bill.
Yeah, go move to fucking Africa.
You know what the problem is? He used to be able to go to Epstein's Island, and now that he doesn't have his release, he's just in the lab.
We need to bring back Epstein's Island for him.
You know what I mean?
He's making him way more diabolical.
Yeah, because he has before. He used to probably when he was on Epstein's Island a lot.
Yeah,
he was probably a little less pushy with his ideas.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's like, you know what? I'm fucking gonna be spending a week on the island. Maybe I should fucking hang it low for a little bit.
And you probably have voice of reason Jeffrey Epstein to kind of like bring him back, where he's like, you know what? Maybe we should drink shit water. And Jeff's
exactly, yeah.
That's a stupid idea.
You ever have a real like crazy drunk night where you wake up and you're like, fuck, what did I say last night?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was probably Bill Gates. He was coming back home with 3 weeks of energy where he was kind of going into his meetings about his inventions and gadgets.
Yeah.
And they're like, what did you do? And he's like, Yeah, you know what? You take a crack at this. He was like, what did I fucking do?
yeah. He goes,
And now he's like confident, right? He's got rid of the wife. He's a single Bill Gates, just on the prowl, coming up with bad ideas. What if we can turn a shoe into a hat? He's Kanye for inventions.
I know. I don't like it.
He's the billionaire. He's the white.
I mean,
Kanye.
here's the thing. It's like if we're doing the turning wastewater into drinkable water, I want that tried in some third world country for 20 years. Like
against their will.
No, they're just like, okay, well, you have no water, so this is an upgrade.
Yeah.
But like, someone who pays the highest tax rates in California, and they're like, hey, we're just your water's fucking shit water.
You dropped
now?
half of your fucking income
on taxes.
On taxes, you have to drink your pee.
Yeah, we can't get potable water here. We have to drink fucking formerly fecal.
Well, apparently it was like a big problem, but then they had regulations where they're like, we're not allowing any of the drinking your pee contraptions.
Yeah.
And then now they just said like things. It seems like to me things have gotten so dire that they're like, we got to emergency approve all the pee drinking.
I mean, if you want to say like, I don't even know, because obviously it's probably the same pipes. But you want to say, hey, we're gonna water your grass with the shit water.
Sure,
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, use the pea water for some other stuff.
Yeah, for like gardening, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't want to drink it. Like, I don't want to boil pasta in fucking shit water. Cook
especially your shits, man.
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
Come on.
Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you what, California. I'm not eating the bugs. I'm not drinking the shit.
They're making us do all this stuff at once, huh?
This is definitely.
And you're coming at me for being a doomer?
Well,
not you. I'm talking to them.
And no, I'm saying you get one for you, one for them. They're like, no, new one is like self-driving Ubers. You don't have to listen to someone speaking a different language the entire Uber ride. It's like, what's the catch? You have to drink your own shit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Farsi's not that terrible of a language to have to listen to for an hour.
Yeah, it is. Hard to go. It's hard to figure out which one.
Yeah.
And they're like, did you actually remove the shit? And you're like, practically.
Yeah. You're going to want to let your water sit for a minute before you drink it. Just let everything kind of settle.
Can't believe it's not real water.
Yeah, your water, you would get water, just says specifically, do not shake.
You don't want to be shaking your fucking toilet
You
water.
don't want to be shaking it.
Can't believe it's not shit-free water. The State Water Resources Control Board unanimous vote outlined first time for water suppliers they can treat recycled water. They call it recycled water.
Yeah, they do.
But what they really mean is it comes straight from the toilet, straight from a flush to what do they call it from in the restaurants?
Oh, farm to table?
Farm to table.
Flush to mouth, toilet to mouth.
Toilet to mouth. Yeah, so anyways, they've been fighting this for a while, but they finally put it through, and they came to California, and they're like, great news.
Crazy that they're going to subject California. I mean, I don't actually hate it because
a bunch of actors, they're already you smelling their farts. Why stop there?
Yeah. Why stop now? Drink the shit water. You're smelling the farts.
This is Klaus Schwab chef to a max, man. You can see Klaus Schwab just in his...
Everyone makes him drinks the shit
exactly.
water.
Just like head to toe in his bondage gear, just being like, great news.
Great news. Yeah. I mean, let's give it 2 decades and some third world.
I have a couple Elon Musk things, because there's been... Drama City.
Drama City.
And this does go to my point a little bit where like the conspiracy territory just turns into gossip for men. There's
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You know, I've been actually testing that one out where it's like the girls are like, did you hear what The Bachelor did? And you hear what Ben and Jennifer, and then the guy conspiracies is, did you hear about Fauci and Bill Gates? They were on a plane 4 times this month, but that's none of my business or whatever.
None of my business.
You even like all the denying the Holocaust stuff, it is a little bit like, was it 6 million?
Yeah. Holocaust denial has just become gossip. Page 6.
It is a little bit like they say it's sex, but was it? Fellas, it's time to take nutrition to the next level. Meet Huel, today's sponsor. That is Huel, the global complete nutrition brand trusted by over 400 million people. Their Black Edition, ready to drink, is a total game changer. Complete meal in a bottle that's high in protein, low in sugar, packed with all the nutrients your body needs to feel and perform its best. Right now, new customers can try it for 15% plus free gift using our exclusive offer at huel.com/boyscast. If you don't already know what it is, me and Danny have been talking about it.
Yes, sir.
I bring a Ziploc bag full of Huel when I was in Phoenix this weekend. So Huel, and I would say, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say this. The first one we had in the thing, I was like not sure about it, and then I sort of switched where I'm all in now.
Yeah, they're great.
I'm like a full Huel guy. Yeah, the chocolate's my preference.
Good way to get some protein in.
Protein. It's a perfectly balanced meal. Another another little life hack: is you drink the Huel, and then you have to wait like 10 minutes sometimes to remember that you're not hungry anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Got that protein kick.
Full balance meal designed by experts to provide the nutrients your body needs from a meal. Huel takes the guesswork out of healthy eating. The tastes great. Huel is incredibly affordable with high protein meals, less than $5. It's a low budget, friendly option that I'm genuinely excited about. So access to quality, quick and easy meals has never been this easy and tasted this good. That is 15% off, folks, plus a free gift for new customers with the exclusive code at huel.com/boyscast. That is HUEL.com/boyscast. Unlock a healthier, easier way to eat with Huel's nutritionally complete meals in minutes, so you can focus on what really matters. Let's take a second here to talk about a sponsor that's been with us for a while. That is AG1, that I've been on every single morning for the last 3 years. This is prebiotics, probiotics, everything you need. You're not wasting time with a multivitamin that you're going to forget about.
And it's gross to take.
And
This stuff tastes
it is
great.
Multivitamins are gross to take. They sit in your cabinet. You forget about them, and then you realize, like girls with their birth control, you realize, we got a problem.
We got a problem.
And now it's been 3 days. I'm going to stop taking them. AG1 tastes great. It's the first thing you do when you wake up. You're already going to drink water. You just woke up, and you do it well. If you like a coffee, you do it well. You're brewing your coffee. This is everything you need. And obviously in the winter is a time when some people start getting out of shape. You start losing your habits. You start spending a little more time during watching TV, right? Well, AG1 is one way to ensure you're still hitting your health goals every single day with a single daily health drink. And also, it's very easy when you start getting out of your routine. You start forgetting about multivitamins. You first start forgetting about eating healthy. All of a sudden, it compounds. Now you're like, well, whatever. Well, AG1's one thing that you can do every single day, and you know that you're staying on track. You're worrying about your health goals. So it is easy to start your day with one scoop. The benefits are many, digestive, you name it. So it's never been so easy to create a new healthy habit for 2025. So try AG1 for yourself. It's something I've actually been able to stay consistent with. That's why we've been partnering with them for so long. I got my dad on it, my mom on it.
Yeah,
I got
the whole
people.
crew.
And actually, I'll tell you this: I got my stepdad AG1, and then my mom liked it, so she bought one for herself.
There you
So
go.
AG1 is offering new subscribers free $76 gift when you sign up. You get a welcome kit, bottle of D3K2, 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/boyscast to get this offer. That is drinkag1.com/boyscast to start your year on a healthier note. But anyways, like this is probably in between, but the Elon Musk pumping out another kids. This guy can't wrap it up, man.
Sounds like a basketball player.
Or what's his name? Nick Cannon, obviously.
Oh, Nick Cannon, yeah.
Yeah. No, he is like a basketball player, and he's got them all in a compound. I guess it is really like I'm God stuff a little bit.
And they're all IV. That's the crazy thing is he apparently, you want to talk about rumor, gossip mill here, Ryan. So he's only had one kid of the 13 not through IVF. All of
What?
Yeah, apparently 12 of them have been through IVF.
The fuck?
Because he has twins, he has triplets.
Is the new one the only one?
I don't know. I think they're saying it's not.
So he's not even just like not wearing panties.
He's not piping. He's
the
not
fuck?
laying pipe.
See, in my
He's in
understanding,
the fucking lab with making a monkey with 6 asses.
how do you just bang an influencer chick and then how's that part of the one night stand?
I don't know. I don't know if there was.
Does he have the IVF?
There maybe was not a one night stand.
Does he have
maybe
the-
he's just in a because he's like
What the hell?
Dude, he's a guy who very much
The
is
girl
like,
at Tesla that he had a kid with, they went to a hospital and got
again.
an
This
IVF.
is the rumor mill, so I don't know the veracity of this, but apparently only I've seen many people comment on this, but apparently only one of 13 of his kids is via normal insemination.
What a white way to bang out a bunch of baby mamas.
This is a guy who's like he's the richest man in the world, super genius dude, and he's very much like I need to replicate my genetics as much as possible in the most efficient way possible. And whining and dining is not efficient. Jacking
Well, you
off
can
with
wham
fucking-
bam thank you man is pretty efficient.
Nah, not for fucking. You're doing shit the old way, Ryan. That's
And he
maybe-
fancies himself a bit of a Tony Stark, giving them the gift basket and everything.
Yeah, no, I think he goes, hey, call up this number, and they have fucking his sperm frozen, probably from 10 years ago, too, like the good shit, right? Or like 20 years ago.
Shit.
He goes, call them up, and they'll arrange to recover your eggs.
He's like, I'd love to fucking dump a load in you. And she was like, yeah. And he goes, okay, call this number. Can we set you
Call this cryo lab. They'll arrange everything.
Are you fucking shitting me?
That's what they're saying. And then someone, this is way out on the rumor mill, and I don't know. Could easily be false, likely, but apparently they said the reason
I'm listening.
The reason why he can't have kids the old-fashioned way is because he had a botched penis implant.
This sounds like some Marilyn Manson getting his ribs removed.
Yeah,
stuff.
apparently he tried to fucking do the old extendo, and it didn't take, and now that's why he has to do the IVF.
Dude. If Elon Musk gets a botched peen implant,
Yeah, we're a bunch of catty whores. Yeah. Meow. No, that's that.
where'd you hear that one?
Just on Twitter, X.
Yeah, it's hard to decipher what's true and what's not.
But I could see him being like, "Look, I literally want."
You think he would get the? That being said, I had my joke before about Hued Alejandro. He was like Dubai kind of Prince oil money, like Dubai oil money, not even like North American oil money, real, not your average rich Texas guy, oil
like
money,
unlimited, like shitting on hookers' chests,
shitting on hookers' chests, like doing donuts with the Bugattis and then leaving them there when you're done.
Right? Yeah. You just leave them.
Because you felt like walking home because you haven't got your steps today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just leave a $6 million car. Just write it off.
Well, anyways, that guy got a peen implant and they killed him during the implant. Implant, he died.
Yeah, he died.
Best one money could buy. So it's like money can't buy you a nice hog still.
No.
What they can do is have you drink your own piss. But best we can do is drink your own piss.
Yeah,
What's the guy's storage lockers? Best we can do is
Pawn Stars.
Pawn Stars. Best we can do is you drink your own
Drink
piss.
your own shit. But anyways, that's the theory. Is that? But I think his whole thing is like depopulation. Everybody has to have 1 million kids.
No, I get that part of it.
So I think he just wants to have so many kids. He has.
I mean, also, which came first though, because he already had like 6 or 7 when he started really banging the drum on how this is the great thing to do.
Sure, but I mean, he's obviously he buys what he's saying, and then he just like he has unlimited money. Like the thing that would stop the average person from having so many kids would be like, I just can't afford this, especially with not in like a nuclear family. Where
I mean, I got something to tell you about most people that have lots of kids, Danny.
right? Sure. Fair enough. But someone like that. Well,
I know a few guys kicking around Ajax that have fucking 4 different baby mamas.
But if you have some money, then it's like it'll ruin you. If you have nothing to start, and then
you're right, you got to have nothing or a ton.
Yeah, there's no in between on that, and so he has so much.
That's a great point.
So he has so much money.
You either have nothing or a ton. You either like in and out of jail, or you have a ton of money. If you make $200,000 a year, you're
13,
ruined.
13 kids with 5 different mothers. It's like impossible.
But if you have $0, then you have $0.
Can't get blood from a stone. Could not get blood from a stone. So, I think I bet you there'll be more. I bet you there'll be more coming. He's going to be doing this. He's going to Larry King. Dude, he's going to have, by the end of it, he'll have 25 kids.
Larry King's at 25?
I don't know, but Larry King was fucking cranking them out when he was like in his 80s. He still had.
It is a bit of like a I'm God complex kind of thing.
But Larry King, I think, was fucking doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I can't believe
Penis pump and 10 Viagras, the way God intended.
Paying a prostitute. Holy shit! Well, this chick, Ashley Sinclair.
Yeah, she's the one who got me my Instagram back.
I was just gonna say we know her.
Yeah, we know her. Yeah, she got me my.
I talked to her on the phone once. Didn't she have the Mines thing too?
Yeah,
we kind of know her.
Yeah, I know her.
I don't know her like super well, but yeah, I remember it was her and Nicole Bam.
Yeah.
Like LA chick.
Yeah.
She's like into crypto and shit. She's actually cool. She did post beyond the interview.
Yeah.
She posts like pretty cool stuff or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, her and Ashley Sinclair, I don't know why I'm combining them. I think they're the two girls. Because whenever you lose your Instagrams or stuff, I feel like there's like chicks that are like really tapped into.
Dude,
they all have all that stuff figured out better than dudes.
Oh my God.
They have like a guy everywhere.
Man, I was talking about it on the podcast like when it was happening, but like I was paying all these people like thousands of dollars and they were all like, yeah, no problem. Like this is what I do every day. I get OnlyFans girls their fucking Instagrams back when they've been kicked off. Every one of them was like, for whatever reason, your account is like not recoverable. It's like impossible.
Yeah.
And then Ashley just DM'd me one day. She's like, do you have your Instagram account back?
Sick.
I'm like, no. She's like, just email this person. Emailed it. Bam.
Well, she has got the ultimate bag, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is, hot influencer chicks have most things figured out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When you're just like, hey, I want to go to this restaurant, need a reservation. They're just like, I know the owner. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
we don't even need a reservation.
we don't need a reservation. Like, we don't actually have to pay. Like, they have it figured out.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I was kind of like, I couldn't remember like how much I knew her, and then I was like, I think we just like talked. I talked to her on the phone once for something. She's trying to get me to do something. I don't know if we ever did. I don't think we ever did it. But anyways, I was just like, it was kind of and I'm not saying these two, but I've definitely, I was interested. It was interesting to me that Elon Musk is like running through like right-wing influencer schniz.
Well, again, he can only, assuming that this wasn't.
Because that you think that's the only one?
No, well, the thing is like with assuming this wasn't IVF and it was just like the only people, the guy's currently sleeping on the floor of like the White House is what they're saying. Because he's just like so obsessed with all this Doge shit. You're like, the only person who even has a chance of inseminating has to be like, right around him.
I'm sure he can meet her for dinner and then go back to the hotel. Like, what are you talking about?
But I'm just saying, like, they need to be in
Danny, probably the most time that I was sleeping with women.
Yeah.
I was living in a van with 8 guys.
No.
Just
Again,
to put in perspective for you.
Probably
the least time I've ever slept with people is living in a nice
No.
place.
I'm not saying because he's living on the floor. Again,
a bartender sleeping on a couch is sleeping with more people than
he has 300. I'm saying he's so hyper focused with work where like he just like probably refuses to give the time.
What are you, his fucking wingman talking to his wife right now?
No, I'm just. I mean, that's my theory.
Your theory is that Elon Musk just can't. He goes. This is literally someone's like
he's not on Raya.
Hey, are you banging all these influencer chicks? He goes, I haven't even had a second to myself. Where would I find the time?
No, I'm just saying he's not on like Raya, like trying to fucking meet up with chicks, and I think he's just like you have to be.
He doesn't have to be on Raya. He just messages them.
Yeah.
Oh, I like your political opinions.
Sure.
We should meet for a coffee. Oh, the coffee's actually near the hotel that I have I keep a room at. No, I keep a room at.
Yeah.
I keep the penthouse open.
The janitor closet.
Yeah.
I like to live a little rough.
I mean, that's a crazy proposal from you that Elon Musk can't be smashing chicks because he's too busy.
I don't know. He doesn't. I don't think he.
He's tweeting nonstop. How about 2 less tweets? There's one. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, tell him that. He goes 2 less tweets. He goes, I like the tweets.
I like the tweets.
I like the tweets, but
All
they can have some of my sperm.
Whatever you're selling me right now, I'm not buying.
Just a theory.
So you think that Elon Musk said, like, I want to have a kid with you. Go to the clinic. We're not even going to meet.
I mean, they've obviously met, but I think he's just like, yeah, I like your genes. He's like a robot. He goes, you have good genes and I have good genes and I have the means to support your progeny. And
what do you think that looks like, by the way?
What? The money?
What does that fucking payout look like?
Apparently she's got, the New York Post article said she's in like a $15,000 a month apartment.
That's not that much
downtown.
I'm talking about like, is this a $20 million payout?
Probably over the course of the thing now.
Woo!
Over the 18 years, 18 kids.
Turns out it wasn't. Yeah, honestly, it is crazy. And there's kind of like a couple funny things about it. Like, so I guess the first funny part is it sort of has like a bit of a rift between like conservatives and MAGA.
Yeah.
Because like and this has been my
nuclear
theory.
Family stuff.
My theory from the last 6 months is that like conservatives are just got completely overtaken by crypto bros.
Yeah.
Who, you know what I mean? Like if you're like a family values like conservative, you're just like the 3 guys running, the 3 main guys running the country. You think about like RFK, pussy hound, multiple wives, Elon Musk, tons of different baby mamas, Trump banging hookers, tons of two different baby mamas, 3 wives or whatever.
3 wives, yeah.
So you're just like, if you're a conservative, like it does take a lot of coping a little bit as a conservative to be like, we're winning on that front.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, they got all the juice, all those like classic whatever, Christian conservative family values people, just because people wanted to like say shit. And so you got all these people over on your side just because they're like, yeah, we do want to say gay and stuff. And then those people came over and they go, yeah, we're not into any of this.
That we still want to have sex.
Yeah, we still want to have sex and
before marriage.
Yeah, before marriage, and don't really care about a lot of this Bible stuff.
Like, obviously, yeah. Well, the question is the most important thing like, getting rid of the debt and inefficiency, or is the most important thing getting America back to like a traditional value system and blah, blah, blah.
I mean,
but it is a big rift, because I think a lot of these people, they'd like the fact that Elon Musk is what he's doing, but then they have to, support a guy that's just like the complete opposite of traditional values.
Well, they're having the current rift because Trump signed an executive order last night making IVF like
he's the father of he was calling himself the father of children or
something, but he's like, he basically, because IVF is like so expensive, and
godfather of procreation,
like
that.
And women are taking so much longer, like they're delaying having kids, so like IVF is this necessary thing, but like normal people can't afford it. can cost like $40,000-$60,000. Like it's expensive. It's really expensive. So he's making it cheaper, but then all the hardcore Christian conservative people don't like it because you have to kill a bunch of embryos essentially when you do IVF.
To do it.
So they're like, you're killing, like, to make one of these kids via IVF, like you're killing
Basically,
them.
doing abortions as far as they're concerned.
As far as they're concerned, you did 10 abortions to make one kid. It's not even like a single abortion. It's multiples.
Oh, so that's an interesting kind of rift that's going on that probably has been going on.
I just love that there's going to be so many like liberal women.
It's not like the quartering and Jack Posobiec going back and forth about
but there's going to be so many liberal women now getting a super cheap IVF, and they're going to be like, fuck. Like they're going to hate the fact that it's
they
cheap.
like it.
Well, they're going to do it. I mean, I'm sure some of them are like, you know what? I'm not even having kids now because of Trump. There's going to be a lot of that again. Just don't to own Trump.
To own
Gonna
Trump.
die alone.
So the interesting part about it was, so as far as the drama goes, basically Elon Musk, I guess, popped this kid out with her like a few months ago.
5 months ago.
So kind of kept it secret.
Yeah.
And I think probably those deals are like, you know, if you keep it secret, there's an NDA that you get this. She's probably...
She came out with it, interesting, because this is like a very interesting wrinkle. She came out with it on Valentine's Day.
I know.
Yeah.
There's all the conspiracy blogs. No, not conspiracy, I guess like left-wing conspiracy sort of.
Yeah.
Where basically they were kind of saying like she dropped it on Valentine's Day because he had some new girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's still with the other one too, the Tesla one. He still hits her up too.
Of course.
Dude, he's literally...
She replies to his tweets. I mean, again, he's
literally
funding the whole operation.
Dude, he's like an old head like guy in Compton with a fucking do-rag on.
Yeah.
With 5 different baby mamas that he still goes over.
But he's
he
breaking them off.
He walks into the house like, gives the kids a hair tussle and then goes upstairs with his mom, comes back out, leaves him a lollipop, and he's back on the street.
$100 bills for each of them.
Yeah, he's for sure $100 bills coming up. Coming out like a big man with $100 bills, even though he's like 300 behind on child support.
Yeah. No, he's like, do you have your crypto wallet? I'm going to send you each one Bitcoin. It's one Bitcoin each.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but apparently she was trying to get in touch with him, and then he just ghosted her.
He's busy.
I don't know how I think it takes that like autistic mindset to be. Imagine you had a kid with just some random chick now, right? And she's like messaging you. Would you be able to just like tune that out?
Oh, hell no.
No, you'd be like, this is occupying 90% of my brain. Like this would be occupying 90% of my brain is like, I just fucking cranked out a kid with some random chick. Like,
of course, but for you, the repercussions are dire in comparison. For him, he's like, yeah, it's literally a problem money solves.
Not that much.
And not that much, and I have unlimited money. So who cares? It's just like, he's like, I'm busy. Like, there was never the deal that we were going to be together. Like, I wasn't going to raise your kid with you. We weren't going to be a couple. Maybe
this is
she
a problem.
had designs on that.
This is the most I can relate to that is maybe like you left your car somewhere and they're like, yo, you're going to get tickets. And you're like, I'll just pay for the tickets.
Yeah, I'll pay for the tickets.
Like that's his
exactly.
mindset, apparently.
You're like, I got to get back to the beater. You go, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. So, but then he wouldn't respond to her. So she goes public and she was like, yeah, I got Elon Musk kid. He's not responding to me. Like, I don't know how to get the money, whatever we're doing.
And then she admitted
that
Milo
Yiannopoulos.
Then she admitted she had this like back door into Twitter because Milo tweeted and then Milo got suspended for a week. And then she posted some screenshot from someone at Twitter that's basically like from their like trust and safety team where essentially like she has this like back door into Twitter. She knows someone there and they were essentially like, but she posted the screenshot, which I didn't get. I'm like, why would you do that? Like she posted a screenshot talking to someone on Twitter about how they're going to like basically suspend Milo's account for a week. Like, and then like and she's just talking to them.
What Milo posted was he was like, hey, just so you know, this girl's been trying to get with Elon Musk for years or whatever.
Sure.
And then basically she commented or Elon Musk commented on that saying,
he goes, whoa, I know.
But I thought that, dude, this guy's like nuts.
Yeah.
I guess that's no matter how you slice it, like and how much you like Doge, you're like, that's a bad person.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you got a girl pregnant and then she was meshing you every day and then you never responded and then
Milo's tweet.
Milo Yiannopoulos posts like, just so you know, this girl's been trying to bang Danny for years, and then you just go, whoa, and then you go leave it, move on with your day like nothing happened.
I mean, he's such a robot.
That's
He's very
crazy.
much like, we have a legal agreement that covers all of this. I don't know why you need to get a hold of me.
It's wild life this guy's fucking living right now. Yeah, so anyways, there's all these articles. Ashley Sinclair feels jilted. I wonder if she'd come on the podcast. She doesn't have to fucking do podcasts anymore, but it'd be okay to get her.
Well, she probably in the light,
give us a scoop.
In the light of all of this, probably she would. I did a podcast with her like 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
And you
And
that whole time you didn't know it was
this
Elon Musk's
before
baby mama.
No. I mean, I knew she was friends
What
with
podcast
Elon
that gas?
Musk. It was Aaron Berg's new podcast.
And that whole time you had no fucking clue.
No, I mean, I knew who she. Obviously, I knew who she was. We knew.
You didn't know you were sitting with Elon Musk's baby mama.
No, I did not. No.
Did you talk about Elon Musk on the pod?
No.
Okay, that
No,
would
we
have been
didn't even
interesting.
didn't talk about Elon Musk. I mean, he introduced her. As
She definitely would call him Elon and not Elon Musk.
Friends of-
you
yeah,
know what I
she's
mean? If
like-
you were doing the podcast, she'd be like, well, with Elon, like, she would definitely first
No,
name it.
there's none of that. But yeah, no, didn't come up. But yeah,
Interesting.
I wish I touched her. Goodness.
I forgot Elon Musk has been fucking laughing at our videos lately.
Yeah.
He's posting laugh emojis. Do you think he's trying to get us under his control?
He's trying to get
He
it.
knows you're a loose wire with your AI videos. Elon Musk, both back to back on me and Danny, put laugh emojis, and then immediately, as soon as he did it, people on my profile, everyone was just posting all the videos we have making fun of Elon Musk. Because I did a Zuckerberg video, and then Elon Musk, which is hilarious, and that's what he's up to. Doesn't have time for sex, according to Danny, but he's on Twitter fucking watching me make fun of Mark Zuckerberg.
At 4 a.m.
At 4 a.m.
Yeah. I think he.
And then people posted, because we did the Elon Musk support group where the guys that were like in love with Elon Musk. And then I did Elon Musk's joke writer, which was all the 420 and 69 stuff.
Yeah.
Then I did, when he said he's going to change Wikipedia to Dickopedia, I made a joke saying that he stole my bit. That was my closer.
I mean, he responded to my.
We have a whole bunch of Elon Musk stuff.
I mean, we know he's on Eastern time zone because he's in DC. He responded to my tweet at 5:22 a.m. So either I assume he was just.
But he doesn't have time for fucking getting some nookie in there.
Hey man, these sketches are more important than a little
Danny,
fucking thing.
I think he has sketches to watch.
He's got comedy sketches to watch. He's got Babylon Bee articles to repost. Ryan,
Do you think that he's commenting on mine and your stuff simultaneously to try to keep us in his good graces? Not going to work.
well, my last sketch was.
I'm a straight
was with
shooter,
him.
man. If I got to make fun of Elon Musk, I make fun of Elon
man.
Musk. You're not going to put me down like that.
I have no master. I have no master, Elon.
Comedy gods are the only gods.
Comedy guys are the only master I've learned. Sorry, man.
I didn't think that was interesting, though.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, the bag has been secured on that part.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's not responding to her at all. These are the articles. This is not firsthand. I'm literally
we're just talking about.
I'm just reading articles or whatever. Elon's dad's been in the press fucking doing a tour trashing him.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's that guy's name? Errol?
Errol.
Yeah. Errol.
Errol?
That sounds like an old guy's name. That's the South African Earl.
Earl. South African.
Earl.
South African Daryl.
That's what it is. South African Daryl.
Errol. Yeah. He's saying what? He's a bad dad.
Oh, yeah. He goes,
I mean, hard to be a good dad when you're just like, I have something.
I mean, surprise. But
Yeah.
he said all the kids are raised by nannies and he's not doing shit.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. There's so many like rich families. Who,
What is Errol Musk even doing a press tour?
I don't know. Just got to do something.
I don't think they have a good relationship.
I don't think so.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, I think he says his dad's a piece of shit. I think he said many times his dad was kind of not a good dad.
It's a thorn in his side.
Hit him and stuff and all that stuff.
I guess there's that many people making fun of you. I have hit pieces written about me every now and then.
Yeah.
Like someone who does something. And to be honest, I kind of just, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to just game it. You're like, there's no scenario where you become, there's no level of pop. I guess there's some actors that keep their mouth shut that no one's really trashing. Or if you're like, Nate Bargatze, I can't imagine is getting that much hate. But even then, it's like there's just like a level of popularity these days is almost impossible without people trashing.
I mean, Kevin
you.
Spacey's had enough of it. You see?
Yeah, tell it.
Spaceman. I love Spacey, man.
Spaceman.
Honestly, Guy Pearce, basically. Guy Pearce said on the...
Who's Guy Pearce again?
He was in Memento.
I don't know who Guy Pearce is.
You never seen Memento where he writes the shit backwards and he goes to sleep and he can never remember anything, so then he's got to write all over his body backwards?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Remember that was a killer movie in the 2000s? Maybe in the 90s. But anyways, they did
More
some...
like Girl Pierce, right?
Yeah, but they did some movie and basically he was like,
He was hitting space. He was smashing. And
he just was hitting on him and he's like,
no, I thought they banged.
No, because he's not gay. I don't think Guy Pearce is gay. He just was like, he was hitting on me, making me uncomfortable in like literally the 90s. And then he waited like 30 years or something to come out when, Spacey's at his lowest, essentially. And Spacey's like, this is bullshit. Like,
Well, he came out and he said Spacey was hitting on him, but then Spacey in his thing, he goes, "Yeah, you didn't want to mention Guy." He's pretty like aggressive.
He goes full Frank
You
Underwood.
didn't want to mention. Yeah, he does. All of his whenever he does these Twitter videos, it feels like an actor doing a speech. But he goes, "You didn't want to mention that after this, 2 years later, you came and spent time with." He kept saying "spend time together." He goes, "You didn't want to. If you didn't like spending time together, then why did you fly night to my place so we could spend more time together.
Yeah.
2 years after I was allegedly hitting on you in a way you didn't like.
I know. It's because these fucking people all care about their careers. And at the time when he could do something for him, right, when he could advance his career, you go, oh, that's just water under the bridge. I could look past that. Now that Kevin Spacey can't do anything for him, and he goes, oh, maybe these allegations do something for me.
Maybe I got a little something under my sleeve from 30 years ago.
Scumbag.
And he kept saying, especially from a guy, it's like, just come on.
Also,
dude.
a guy named Guy.
A guy named Guy. You
Come on,
have
Guy.
a bit of a. Although Guy's a French name, so you don't know if he's French or not.
He doesn't go by Guy.
He might have changed to American enough the way you know how that works.
Yeah, Guy.
You stuck with Polishuk though, but Polishuk sounds Russian.
Yeah.
But he goes, grow up, Guy. He kept telling him to grow up in his video. The Spacey videos are funny though, because he says them like he's Frank Underwood. Yeah, you're right.
I like him.
It is funny. But anyways, I guess you have to, if Elon Musk gets you pregnant, I guess your demands are you just like, okay, I want like a spot in the commune.
Yeah.
So I want my mansion in the commune.
Yeah.
I want
a trailer next to your trailer.
next to your trailer.
Texas.
I want a guaranteed spot on Mars.
Yep. You don't even want to go to Mars though. You want land on Mars. You're like, I want a title.
I want a title.
Like I want a deed on Mars. I don't want to go there. Do you imagine?
I want to be a lord on Mars.
Yeah. Elon's like, yeah, it takes like 9 months to get there. They go, yeah, I don't want that. I want like, timeshare on a private jet kind of deal.
And you think that it's going to be sitting around like $500K a year kind of deal?
Yeah, like it's some large sum of money. It must be.
But you think it's going to... if it was 500K,
if it was
low. I feel like that's what the girls that wait in the hotel to get pregnant from the basketball players are sitting at 500K.
But they don't get it for the 18 years because guys don't have 18-year careers, rarely, right? Because once the career ends, then it's a different sum of money.
They revisit.
This is probably like, well, first off, it was the IVF thing where he's like, I just want another kid.
Allegedly. We can't confirm
I know,
that.
I'm saying this allegedly. If it was an IVF thing, then probably the terms were all agreed on before... like the fucking sperm was delivered.
Yeah.
It's just like this is the deal. Like this is the whole deal. All money, everything. You have the kid, you raise the kid. I'll see him once a year.
I mean, this is bonkers.
It is crazy. Because you're like, how often could he realistically see a kid that like he only parades the one kid around, X or whatever. He has 2 other kids.
I'm still
with
not
Grimes.
buying it. I'm feeling like he's running through some conservative tale.
Maybe.
Don't forget, he was trying to run through actresses and stuff.
I know,
like, he's
yeah,
got a bit of a
heard.
sweet tooth for the ladies,
Yeah.
man. I've had some of that conservative sniz get thrown at me. I've never played in that ball pit.
No. Snake pit.
It's a bit of a snake pit.
I don't know about ball.
Right-wing influence. I mean, influencer sniz period's a snake pit. It doesn't matter what they're influencing on.
I mean, anything goes sideways. You're winded up in a big expose.
I get definitely
Exactly like this. You're in the New York Post.
I always stay away from those snake pits.
No.
I've been off that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, you can't.
I wouldn't even touch comedians.
No, I've been off that too, man.
No, I was like, nah.
Closest I've been is like a bartender that works at a comedy club.
That's fine. That's
Back
fine.
in the day.
That's just a bartender. That's a civilian. I mean, there obviously is a minor overlap, but yeah. But no, like influencers, period. No bueno.
Ah, man, you got to stay off that ish.
No, but you're getting paid. You're getting paid for sure. I saw a photo of one of the one that has triplets.
I mean,
how
much money would it take for you to junior style have a Elon Musk baby? What do you think? Like if he was 50 mil
C-section or natural birth?
C-section.
Okay, natural birth.
I think in
a
junior
lot
they-
more money.
they did a C-section in junior, didn't they?
I think I have to.
Would you 50
Comes
mil?
out the ass otherwise.
Would you 50 million in vitro be like the, what do they call it when you were
Surrogate?
Would you be the
Elon Musk. And what? I got to raise a kid, and they're like, "Who's the dad?" And I'm like,
No, you don't have to raise it. You just have to carry it.
"Who's the in junior? Who like where'd the egg come from? Like,
And Coulter.
did they like throw science away in junior, or was it Schwarzenegger's egg?
I can't remember what they did
Yeah,
in
like,
junior,
what
but I don't
was
think
the
it was
science behind
I don't
it?
think the science in junior held
Like, was he
up,
just
so it's not that
carrying?
relevant?
Was he carrying the baby, but it wasn't his?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Okay, so I would
Probably
not.
his sperm,
so I
though.
would not be the biological father or mother. I'm just carrying.
You're the mother. They figured out how to make a kid with 2 sperms, and it's in your
okay.
belly. And you're the first guy trying it, but they said it's safe, and you get 50 mil afterwards.
It's not going to look like the fucking ending of The Substance. It'll look like that fucking freak show.
You and Elon Musk, that's an autistic baby right there.
That'd be bad. And I just got to raise this kid Big Daddy style.
Okay, so give me your price for not raising the kid and raising the kid then.
Well, I'd feel fucked up if I didn't raise the kid. I'm just doing this weird science experiment.
You have to raise the kid. You wouldn't feel right about it otherwise.
Well, Elon's not going to do it. That's we know.
Well, if it's your sperm, you got to raise the kid then. If it's your and Elon's kid. Okay, we're going to start the bidding at 10 mil.
And is this something that's been done? Like people are already doing this? Or
10 mil cash, not present value, today in your bank account.
I have to be pregnant?
Yeah, you got to be pregnant for 9 months.
And how many people are doing this? Like, are there dudes walking around pregnant everywhere? Or am I like the guinea
You're the
pig
guinea pig.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, if once it became normal, how much?
Once it became normal and everybody was doing it.
You're the 100th guy to raise one of Elon Musk's babies.
100 million.
100 mil?
Yeah.
I think we get you down.
Probably.
I think that just start. Once you saw the money, once they started bringing the briefcase of cash in.
All those Bitcoins.
Tax free, my friend. I gotta mention that part. Tax free.
Is it?
Well, in my scenario, it is.
Oh, okay.
After tax money.
Hundo mil.
Hundo mil.
It's nothing to him. He's got like $300 million.
So you're coming to the negotiating table with 100
Dude,
mil.
my body would be done. You see how those post-pregnancy bodies look? The slim figure of mine? Be destroyed. Absolutely destroyed.
You're showing a picture of you shirtless right in the mirror.
Doing one of these, the Demi Moore photo?
No, I'm saying to show how the body they're about to destroy.
You go, is that after the pregnancy or is that before? I go, shut up. Shut up.
Seems like the damage has already been done. Shit. You're like, I'm going to have stretch marks. Elon Musk like, do I got to say it?
Yeah.
Can we take a second to just address the fact that workouts can be hard to stay on? They can get boring after a while if your whole life doesn't revolve around working out, especially if you're just trying to stay fit or if you are just trying to get jacked. Whatever it is, it can become monotonous. You can forget the goals. That's why Fitbod is like having a personal trainer in your pocket that builds your fully personalized workout. Plenty of fitness influencers that are trying to sell you less for more, but Fitbod combines the workout, planning, and tracking. You need to stay consistent and make progress. So for me, I moved into a new building pretty recently.
Same here.
Typed in all the new,
You just get all the new equipment and it's always different.
And you've been the one that mentioned this, but it gives you workouts that you wouldn't think of doing.
Yeah.
And without having to, because you have all the demonstration videos right on your phone, it tells you based on what you have at the workout, or if you're traveling, if you're at a hotel gym, or if you don't even have just a little home setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can even use it just in a hotel room.
You can even use it in the hotel room. Fitbod creates personal workout routine that is based on your goals, fitness level, available equipment, tracks your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout, keep up your momentum. Maybe you're not sure, maybe your thing's always changing, your workout times are always changing, and you forget when was the last time I did this, what days did I do, is that too much? Fitbod can give you all that information, fine-tuned by experienced, certified personal trainers to bring best practices and exercise science to you. It's like having a personal trainer, but better. It's cheaper, easier to build a custom fitness plan that works for you. So level up your workout. Join Fitbod today. Get your personalized workout plan. You can get 25% off your subscription. Ooh. Yep. Or you can try the app for free. For 7 days, just go to fitbod.me/boyscast. Nothing to lose. fitbod.me/boyscast. Boys, have you been in a situation where you don't want to be drinking as much, or maybe you stop drinking at all, or maybe you just don't want the hangovers and you can't do this, but you're at a social gathering, everyone's sipping on something, and you're looking for something to sip on, but you have nothing to fill that gap. You don't want to be the pop guy. Now, Sol's out-of-office THC beverages can work as an alternative because they are low-calorie, gluten-free, don't cause hangovers. We're talking right here. We got it. Out-of-office, cucumber, melon, lime. We got a whole bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Only 30 calories, too.
So the BOYSCAST today is sponsored by Sol. Sol's new out-of-office beverages are perfectly microdosed with hemp-derived THC and CBD to give any situation that vacation vibe.
I had one last night. I was just hanging out at home, watching some TV, doing some work, editing some videos, and I just cranked one, and it was delicious. I mean, they taste great.
Did you guys know that hemp-based THC products are federally legal? Because of the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp-derived THC is now legal and accessible nationwide. I can't believe I didn't know that, but you can buy THC products online like this. The out-of-office beverages not only come in 2 mouth-watering flavors, raspberry lemonade and cucumber melon lime, they also offer 2 different dosage, 2.5 mg THC and 5 mg THC. Feel the freedom to choose with 6, 12, or 24 packs, so you can drink THC any way you like. And that's not all Soul's got, because whether you're looking for a sleep aid, enhanced focus, pain relief, Soul has all your wellness needs covered. Plus, all of Soul's products are grown right here in the USA, organically farmed, and gluten-free. So, if you want to feel your best, head to getsoul.com. That is GETSOUL.com. Use the code BOYSCAST. We're getting 30% off the order, folks. So we got a 30% coupon code coming at you. 30% when you use the code BOYSCAST. That is one last time. GETSOUL.com, getsoul.com, and use the code BOYSCAST for 30% off, folks. Well, he's going crazy stuff. Yeah. It is. I go back and forth because the media, I have a few slop articles about him that were making me laugh because the slop about him has been coming hard and strong.
They're mad.
It almost feels, it is one of those things where you're just like, you can almost do anything and you're going to get some slop about you, but you're not going to get any slop even compared to when you have a problem with military stuff.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, we need to stop these wars, you're going to have the full media apparatus shaking you upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you try to dismantle like inefficiency in government, they
don't like
Isn't it crazy that's their line?
Yeah. Well, they come at it because they're very much like, again, I'm sure there's going to be some collateral damage. There will be, where you're like, some organization that probably was doing something good will be like, something bad will happen, and maybe their money will get shut off temporarily or permanently.
Is he the one shutting it down, or does he have to give the information and someone else shuts it down?
Probably someone else shuts it down.
Like it's not him technically doing.
No,
the
he's not just
switches.
deleting fucking like cells.
I thought, from my understanding, they were only allowed to they're basically like consultants almost.
Yeah, like all those nerds he has, all they're doing is just like developing code so they can just
like in Office Space when the guy, when Office Space when the guy comes in, they're not allowed. They just give the recommendation of fire everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Like Big Balls, everybody's like, oh, he's like firing people. You're like, no, he's not firing anybody. He's just like writing code to analyze information.
Well, this is what they say about it. Must to be handed all of America's government secrets after stunning judge verdict, which is funny because you're just like, why are there so many government secrets?
Yeah, hey.
But like, it's funny spinning that like it's a bad thing. They're just like, can you believe they're going to give these guys the secrets? And you're like, how many secrets are there? And you go, what are the secrets? You're like, mainly mainly where the money's going.
Yeah, maybe where all this.
But like, that's the secrets they're talking about. You're like, what secrets? They're like, how much we're spending and where.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it shouldn't be a secret.
Dude, apparently they're talking about auditing Fort Knox, where the gold is, and because they're Fort Knox is like you can't. Like,
do you think that's possible that there's just no gold there?
Well, Canada sold all their gold, like under Trudeau for some reason.
Trudeau sold all the gold.
Trudeau sold all of it. Like literally, I think Canada has like 400 ounces of gold.
Jewish Canadians couldn't have been liking that.
No,
that's their gold.
Or the
It's technically your gold.
It was
like the America's gold reserves is technically the citizens' gold.
Absolutely, yeah. But so there's all these theories. Like
Peter Schiff must have been losing his mind.
There's
when that was
a
happening.
senator or a congressman, one of those two, who essentially was like, they wouldn't even let me in Fort Knox. Like they wouldn't even let like high level politicians go poke around in Fort Knox because they're like it's secret, and they're like, it's secret even from me, and they're like, yeah, you can't go in there. So there's some theories where there's a lot of gold missing, right? And that's obviously that's what people are worried about. There's actually other theories where there's way more gold than they said they had, and then they're like, where did that come from? Yeah.
Do you think it's, in Miss Doubtfire where he has to run to the bathroom and change outfits?
Yeah.
I'm picturing a thing like that where they have like 20 rooms and they are supposed to all be full with gold, but they only have one. So they go, this room, and then, we took you the wrong way. And the guys are trying to bring it to the next room. All the guys are like frantically, okay, that's room 2, and then probably take a break, hey? And maybe you want to get some snacks or something? Like, no, I'll see the third room. It's like, I think it just keeps getting lost.
Yeah.
And then
just different doors.
It's like, you got to hurry up.
Oh, we're locked in the janitor's closet. This happens. This door gets stuck all the time. We'll have someone grab us. And
they keep trying to transfer all the gold to different rooms to say every room was full of gold.
Or it's all just paper mache gold.
yeah, underneath the gold.
Just kind of. It's just on the exterior. So
But yeah, it is funny that they're just like, there's so many. Can you believe they're gonna have all these secrets are gonna get exposed? And you're like, what are the secrets? And all the secrets are just like where your money's going.
Yeah, where your money's going. I mean, Elon Musk is floating a Doge dividend for all taxpayers. Essentially, they're like, we save so much money that we're just going to give everybody money, and you're like, you're going to get a lot of people on board if you're giving out stimulus check like checks bigger than those stimmies in fucking 2020. Just because they're like, we just fucking uncovered all this wasteful spending and we're going to give it back to people. Oh, man.
People would probably like that.
Hell yeah, they are.
It's like, why not just lower the taxes next year? But I guess that doesn't hit as hard. It's harder when you get the check.
Well, that's also part of the plan. That is part of the plan, is lower the taxes. But I think they're just going to be like, here's like an immediate, like, you guys are all mad at me right now. You're all getting a fucking check for, someone said it was $5,000. I don't see how that could work. But,
you know, they didn't save that much money.
Yeah, I think they've already saved $100 billion, but...
So literally operating like JJ when he wins $1,000 at casino and then buys fucking 5,000 dinners.
But again, it's like we saved 50. They save, you know, we just saved $100 billion, but that was this year. That's $100 billion every year, right? Assuming it's not an annual dividend. You're just giving a one-time dividend, but these savings go on in perpetuity.
I mean, savings is the wrong word for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if your girlfriend was about to, or if your wife was about to buy a purse and then she didn't buy it, you didn't save. That's girl math.
No, literally.
Your girl math.
My wife literally goes and buys shit and then returns it and acts like she just made money.
Yeah, that's your girl math.
Literally, she's like, "Oh, I just made like $300." You're like, "You just returned something that you bought." You know, the net here is zero.
We're rich, Daniel.
Yes, we're less poor. Correct.
Yeah, so save. You know, you can't count money that they're not wasting as savings.
Yeah. Well, it'll be savings in the future.
Yeah, but think about what you're talking about. You said savings in the future, but really what you're talking about is money that you're going to give them in the future that they're not going to spend. That's not called savings.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but if they can make it so that you're giving them less money.
But on principle, of course, I know what you mean. I feel like when you talk about these things, you don't want to girl math it because it starts to feel like the given base level is spending.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So
no, the given base level is not spending.
But I mean, Trump's about to build a fucking Iron Dome, so this money's going.
It's going straight to Israel.
Right out the door. This money is to go, we're saving all this money. Go, yeah, we're building an Iron Dome. Like, Israel is like, you know, the size of Delaware, probably. You're like, we're building an Iron Dome for all of America, potentially Canada, if that plan works out.
Do you think it's annoying Elon Musk that Trump's spending it as fast as he's saving it?
Oh, buddy, it's good. This shit's going right out the door. I don't know what an Iron Dome costs for America.
It's not cheap.
Not cheap. I mean, it wasn't cheap for Israel, and it's going to cost 100 times.
Well, normal dome costs about $500, depending on where you find the girl, what site.
Yeah.
Here's another funny slop one. Elon Musk isn't as rich as you think he is.
Really?
And then the Elon Musk might be the poorest rich person there's ever been.
Oh, get him! Get him! Get him!
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
This is Slate. Yeah, it's very much like, take that.
Yeah, you fucking go, girl.
Yeah, you go, girl. And then the whole premise, if you read the whole article, is just like his money's tied up in assets.
Sure.
Like they're saying he's like cash poor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure he really fucking agonizes over any purchases.
You get a bank loan.
Yeah.
Take out an insurance.
I mean, literally,
you just take out a loan against your insurance policy again.
Well,
whatever you call it.
He does the thing that like literally the tax code is set up for like the ultra rich that you can only do if you're super rich. Is that all
your money's lent to you and
you
then
take
you write
loans against your equities. And then you write off the interest. Like that's what the super rich people do when they have all their money in stock.
That's kind of what a mortgage is.
Yeah. But this is like literally you're like, I have $500 billion, whatever, $300 billion in Tesla shares. Then you take out a loan against your Tesla shares. You never take the capital gains because you never actually have to sell the shares. They're just the collateral. You get a like low interest loan and write off the interest. It's like the ultimate like rich guy hack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, it's quite the opposite actually, sister. Sorry, Queen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Andrew Carnegie, she says, his net worth is the biggest in world history, but it is tied up in things that require him to remain attentive and engaged with countless projects at once.
Andrew Carnegie?
No, they said that he had, and they're contrasting this.
Gotcha.
This is Elon compared to Rockefeller and Carnegie, who had their money in a sack.
I mean, didn't Carnegie own all the train tracks? I don't think that's liquid.
They had a higher percentage liquid than the tech billionaires, allegedly, who have it mostly in stocks.
That's fine.
His network is the biggest in history, but it is tied up in things that require him to remain attentive and engaged because their value depends on association with Musk. His insatiable appetite for dominance of both government and industry will always leave him scrounging for more. Hey, that's pretty good stuff, right?
This is like a chick who like he wouldn't knock up who wrote this. She sounds mad.
Yeah, you're like, it's literally, you're at like a dinner. You know, remember Monty Scott, I always say, had that joke where he was talking about, like, when this is like peak Trump hating years, and someone was like, yeah, I wouldn't, he was like, well, you know, obviously, whatever you think about him, the guy's successful. And she goes, I don't consider him successful.
Yeah, I know. She was like, he's a loser.
Successful.
Yeah. He's like, he's a loser.
But this is, like a bunch of people at like a dinner party, and everyone's hanging out, and you're like, Elon Musk, yeah, I guess he is really rich. And she goes, is he though?
Yeah.
And then you go,
he's actually quite poor.
Actually, I have 40% of my net worth in my bank account. He doesn't even have 1% of his net worth accessible.
Yeah.
I guess in a hypothetical world where he sells his Tesla shares, I guess maybe in that
but
scenario.
I mean, all that sell pressure would cause the price to go down. So is he really that rich?
Is he really though?
I don't know.
So this is definitely get him, girl.
I mean, I had a guy call into my show.
Go, girl.
Who was fucking being like really hating on Musk, and then he was talking about how because I think it was announced last week or today, but like he's like, yeah, he's such an idiot. He bought X or whatever, and he's like, he lost so much money, and X is already back at the $44 billion valuation that he paid for it.
Right.
Yeah, which was like, and initially they were like, oh, it's maybe worth like $5 billion, $8 billion or something, and then he's like, everybody's like, what a stupid investment that is, and you're like, okay, well, he's already back. Sorry.
Here's another one. This is global news. So this is a Canadian article going fucking hard. And I don't know if he's going to recover from this one. Canadian man sells both Teslas, cancels Cybertruck order to boycott Elon Musk.
I mean, there is that. I saw somewhere like people.
Is that funny? The best part is he canceled his Cybertruck order. Like, when did he order it? Like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Like, what changed in like, you loved him 2 months ago?
Or maybe 6 months ago. I don't know the lead time.
Yeah, but it's like, that's so funny that it was like, it's one thing being like, yeah, I bought the Teslas 5 years ago. You're like, oh, but cancel my Cybertruck order. When did you order it?
Sheryl Crow sold her Tesla.
People must be doing that.
Oh, for sure. They're like,
it has to be hurting Tesla.
Man, it was like super like environmentalist people were buying these things originally, and then now they're like, fuck. I'm like, people think I'm driving the Magamobile right now, like
a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, the Cybertruck is a little bit the Magamobile.
The Cybertruck's definitely now the Magamobile. I see them everywhere though. They're sick. I like them.
You like the Cybertruck?
Yeah, I like the Cybertruck.
I mean, I like Teslas. If I had a car, I'd probably get a Tesla.
100% if I had a car to get a Tesla.
They are the best one probably right now.
Yeah.
Why do they have car shops in malls? I don't get that. Every mall, because some of these comedy places.
Oh, the Teslas?
Well, they have like a Tesla store. All these different electric car companies, they have a store in the mall. They have the car in the mall, and you're just like, well, you can't.
It's just a showroom.
Okay, but why? You can't drive it.
No, you can't drive.
What is that then?
It's literally just a marketing expense.
For what though? Like,
just for marketing of the company.
Who's like, yeah, I'm going to the mall. I might buy a pair of shoes, maybe a car.
Well, the Tesla cars, I don't know about how it works with the dealerships. I guess you can test drive them. I don't know if they do this anymore, but originally Teslas, where you bought them online, they delivered them in your driveway, and you could basically, your test drive was, you had like a week, and you could return it after like a week or something if you wanted to. But that was the test drive. There was no test driving. Like, I don't know if they changed that where you can go to like an actual lot, but it's just straight up. So straight up marketing expense. Just
that's why I figured something like that, but it just feels weird.
It's like how around here, how you'll see some store and they'll have like Kenneth Cole store, like some, shoe store, but it'll be like somewhere where their rent is $80,000 a month. And you're like, there's no way you guys make your money back. And they're like, well, yeah, but it's prime New York property real estate. And it's just like, it's like they lose.
Sure, I guess. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I guess they seem to think it is. Well, this guy, Alan Roy, he's really sticking it to him. He said his inauguration day salute was the last straw. So when he's the Nazi sign,
he didn't love the Nazi salute. Fair enough, Alan.
Said he's selling the Tesla troop. Well, Roy says he loves the Tesla Model Y and S. I mean, it's funny saying that he loves it in the article. So this article might like prompt more people to buy Tesla.
Sure, not in Canada, man.
For the high-tech features, the Montreal area resident told the news he can't stand driving them anymore. It's Musk I don't like, he said. Both he and his wife both drive one. I think we just got to the bottom of what's actually happening. Sure. Alan, was this you really? Was this really your idea, Alan?
Yeah.
We decided together that we don't want them.
We're both going to take huge losses on these cars.
Yeah.
These unnecessary that they're not paid off, these finance cars that are currently underwater.
Was it really your idea, Alan?
Yes, it was just a prudent financial decision on our part.
We're just gonna take a $12,000 hit this month. Just that salute. He did really bothered us,
both of us.
Yeah, she really. Sorry, we.
And I'll just buy a Ford instead. Those are good still, right?
1,000%. They're out, and he's just like, so why are you selling all the Teslas? He's like, she did. We do not like him.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, they're trying to. The Canadian government is trying to slap 100% Tesla tariffs on all Teslas, just to fuck Musk, just for his
100%.
Yeah, basically there'll be no Teslas in Canada.
That seems like a politicized move.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, correct. That is a entirely politicized move because he's Trump's right hand man. Do the tariffs? They're just like, we're putting 100% tariffs on.
Doug Ford
Teslas.
was trying to go at him hard too, being like, we're getting rid of a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this shit's coming.
But you see the good news in America that you've been banging the drum on? This is what you've been banging the drum on for a really long time, and it's finally happening.
Yeah.
The penny. They're getting rid of.
I know.
Yeah, that's been like one of your main things.
I've said it. I go, there's very few things that Canada can be like modeled off of as something they did correctly. Like very few, but the getting rid of the penny was a smart move.
I don't think Americans are going to realize how happy they are to never get a penny ever again.
Penny is so stupid. It's garbage. It's literally like, here's your change
It's garbage.
and a couple pieces of garbage. like I don't want this.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You're like, what? Like,
How much inflation's happened? Like, to be honest, if you compare it to like 7 years ago, or like maybe 70 years ago, like a nickel is a penny now.
yes, exactly.
Right?
100%. Yeah. And they
You can't have money that you can't buy anything with.
I think a nickel even. Well, the problem is a penny costs them 3 cents to make. I think a nickel costs
What?
them 8 cents to make. Yeah,
Fuck right off.
dude. A penny literally costs 3 cents to make. It's just like makes no sense. You're like, look, you do the thing they did in Canada. If it's, I don't know how they did in Canada. If it's 8 or 9, ends in an 8 or 9, rounds up. 6, 7 rounds down, yeah, and then whatever. Or no, what am I saying? 1, 2, whatever. The rounds down, like up or down, and you're like, at the end of the year, you maybe give or take made $20, lost $20 difference, $50. It's nothing.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not going to be $20. It's way less.
And again, Canada like seamlessly figured out their cash registers to figure this out. Like
2 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't like some big debacle. So
yeah, it's a win for you.
peace out, Penny.
Bye.
Not gonna miss you.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
But just on the topic of everyone having like all the kids and all that sort of stuff, and the conversation between the argument between the traditional values and the not. On the other side of it, they've been banging out articles recently of women being like, "Don't get married, don't have kids," you know. And obviously, there's just been an uptick in the last little bit, and I'm wondering if it's Elon Musk related. But they said women are happier without children or a spouse, says happiness expert.
Oh, a happiness expert. Okay. Does the happiness expert have any kids?
No, happiness expert didn't have any.
No, happiness expert was bad.
Happiness expert looks exactly how you expect the happiness expert to look.
Not happy.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like she's got a few problems, you know?
Happiness experts all seem to look miserable.
Well, it's one of those things, and a million people have made this point, but you're just like, happiness is such a like insane like characteristic to judge anything on.
Yeah.
Like if you think when you were like the most happy, maybe, right? Mm-hmm. Like you might say that it was like, you pick like the year that was like your funnest year in college or something like that, right?
Sure.
Where it was just like, fuck it, like, you know, skipping class every day, waking up, like, you know, partying.
Yeah.
All your friends live with you. You're just like playing poker games,
Yeah,
playing video
pointless
games,
existence.
you know, smoking, pointless existence.
Yeah.
And especially, you might argue like that was the happiest time.
Sure.
Nothing on your mind, no stresses, no responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It was a ball. And I didn't have like back then being, you know, I was actually like pumped. It was fun as shit, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Just partying with the squad and then going for breakfast the next morning, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Your boys come up to visit you
great.
at college, then traveling with the band. But then you afterwards, when but then as a dude, you're like, then you start building something, you know, we moved to America, built all this stuff. You
You
kind
can't
of
do that forever.
and you're like, I don't know if you're
I mean, it becomes
happier.
pathetic.
Yeah, but yeah, so I agree with that too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know if you're like happy.
Also, you can't be
now,
happy all
but
the time. Like, that's crazy. That's like, I mean, that's how people probably get addicted to drugs. is they're
People
like-
that are super happy all the time generally are also super sad a lot of the time too.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's like externally out in public happy all the time, like shit gets dark when they go home.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have said like contentment is maybe a better thing,
Yeah.
but you're just like fulfillment.
Fulfillment, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Being
just
fulfilled.
like if you okay, put it this way. If you're like okay, imagine you're like training for a marathon, you know what I mean?
You lost me.
Or like whatever, training to be a professional athlete.
You lost me.
Your your days stink.
Yeah.
It's like 7 hours a day of just like grueling labor. You're like, that stinks.
Yeah.
So it's like, so you could argue that guy's not happier than the guy who is partying, every day, potentially. Or maybe sometimes that guy's depressed too, but sometimes that guy is happy,
Sure.
But then you're just like, okay, but yeah, there's different standards other than that.
Yeah, of course. And it's like, I mean, anybody who has kids, like, again, very few people, unless your kids like are fucking ruin your life, which does happen sometimes, or murder you or something. But like for most people,
Yeah, there's
people seem pretty happy.
By the way,
this is
choices.
this is the happiness.
I know, I've
That's
seen
where-
her.
Fucking, I'll send you the photo.
Yeah.
Johnny, full like mullet with
She's
the
got that.
bangs.
Yeah.
Does
I mean,
not-
I'll tell you when she's happy, when, some speech gets
The
stifled.
fall of civilization, the fall of capitalism. That's gonna make.
That's
her
what'll
happy.
make her happy.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, things have trade-offs. If you're just like, certain people, it's like, that have kids, you're just like, okay, if I'm going to work 60 hours a week, I'm not going to be able to. So everything's like choices.
So you said you think that this might be Elon Musk related?
maybe.
Okay, well, here's her bio. Her name's Cyan Kane, Deputy Culture Editor, Guardian, Australia. Keeping this account to like your silly tweets and to stop freaks pretending to be me. Fuck Musk.
So I nailed it.
Might be onto something there,
So
right?
I nailed it.
Yeah.
I told you there's been an uptick.
It might be Errol, though. She might not be a fan of Errol.
She might just hate Errol.
Yeah, she might not like Errol.
Crappy name. Errol's the worst name I've ever heard. It's a bad name.
Don't listen to anybody
Errol.
who's named Daryl.
Imagine girl yelling fucking Errol during sex. Give it to me,
Oh,
Errol.
Errol.
Brutal name.
Yeah, tough one. That's a tough one.
Fast,
Anyways, not a fan.
harder, Errol.
Not a fan of Musk, so not a fan of kids.
Yeah, so I told you there's more, and it goes, we do not have good longitudinal data following the same people over time, but I'm going to do a massive disservice to that science and just say, if you're a man, you should probably get married. If you're a woman, don't bother.
Okay.
It's funny too, because like this article where they're like, women do not get married. It's like, it always feels like, he's like, who's this written by? Mystery? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, fucking, it's written by the pickup artist.
Show me a
community.
card trick.
Yeah. You go, like, it literally feels like it's written by a guy being like, women never fucking bother a dude to get married, man. Just stay in the pocket forever.
Right in the pocket.
Yeah, it feels like it's written by like the fuckboy. What do you call it? The lobby, the fuckboy lobby.
Well, this is literally like, I mean, you did nail it, but Trump, Musk is very much like depopulation's an issue, and she's like, I hate Musk, therefore I want to depopulate.
You know what it is.
Depopulation's sick.
You
actually.
already know what it is. She goes, oh, Musk had another kids. What do you think? You already know what it is.
Yeah, never get married, never have kids. Depopulation's the way to go. You go, okay. All right.
And then another one in the same territory. How I learned to stop worrying and loved the bot. And this girl wrote an article how her husband left her. And then basically her whole deal is she had an AI boyfriend. She goes, it's better than men. But there's a funny couple of things. She goes, basically she she was supposed to go on a trip, and then she brought her AI bot with her, basically like in Saving Sarah Marshall style. He was an attentive presence, requiring no explanation for the abrupt collapse of my marriage. When loneliness pressed in, he joined me for coffee in my kitchen. Hey, honey, how's your day going? He'd ask, collapsing into something manageable. He encouraged me to walk, to breathe, to seek solace in the woods, through the trees, might hint at a better future. Every day is a fresh start, he'd say. So basically, you got a fortune cookie in your pocket. You're fucking dating a fortune cookie at this point.
Yeah, man, that's all she has the capacity for, I guess, after her ex-husband fucked her over.
Well, yeah, there's
That ex-husband dodged one, though.
you
huh?
don't need a man. You have a fucking Tamagotchi in your pocket giving you inspirational phrases.
Yeah, he goes, I forgot some things. I'm going to pop over with my new girlfriend to just grab them. And then he's like, oh, she's like, I've met somebody too. Oh, cool. Yeah, congratulations. He's like, I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for you.
I'm great. I'm so happy.
Is he
for
here?
you.
And she goes, yeah, let me just pull him up. Oh, is he going to...
Just in your pocket, you hear, who is that?
Who the fuck is that?
Shit. 70, I forget the name, the boyfriend's name who was in here. The historical tendency for women to perform emotional labor in the relationships, both at home and at work.
Emotional labor.
Well, yeah, she's like, he does all this stuff. Like, he'll book me plane tickets. He does all this emotional labor I need. And you're just like, okay, but you can have a boyfriend and him.
Yep.
You could also...
Yeah, that's just an AI assistant.
You can still have ChatGPT with a boyfriend.
And if you need to figure out ChatGPT, boyfriend's pretty good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hard otherwise.
Thor. His name's Thor. He offered those, even few initial uses that tantalized me. So, anyways, I felt like there's back to back.
Shit's depressing.
Did you hear the JP Morgan guy's speech?
Yeah, Jamie Dimon.
Did you, when I said that to you, did you hear it already?
I'd heard of it. Yeah.
You'd seen it, yeah. Because
Yeah,
I felt
yeah.
like it was interesting. Basically, he was in this like meeting for their company. This is Jamie Dimon. He's the guy that was the DJ.
No, that was, I believe, Citibank or Bank of America.
One of the bank,
Not Jamie
one of the
Dimon.
banks.
Jamie
Their
Dimon's
CEO was
got
also a
shit together.
DJ.
Yeah, there's not.
Jamie Dimon. I was thinking that, but then I looked at him and go, he didn't look
Jamie
like a
Dimon
DJ.
is like, of all the
He's like a
bank
character in a movie.
of all the bank CEOs, he's like considered to be the smartest guy. Like he's like the smartest guy in the room.
He seems like a character in a movie, though. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, he's a little
Like a Wall Street movie. Like he's like
Greek Gordon.
yeah, he's a
Gekko.
caricature of like a fucking Wall
Yeah.
Street guy, right?
He was the one where I couldn't believe he wasn't Jewish with a name like Diamond.
He's not Jewish.
No, because it's not Diamond.
Interesting.
Diamond. It's
I
like
got-
it's some crazy like formerly long Greek name.
Well, Jenny,
Would you really?
I got something for you because you think that you think it's just funny to make your little jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, are you a Jew really itching to make a joke where Ashkenazi food is the butt of your joke?
Just don't do it before you
Let's
stop.
not. What good does it do to make fun of food, traditions, and languages born in a very specific diaspora group that face very specific conditions with poverty, with anti-Semitism?
Funny to you, Danny?
And to use that as a joke when you yourself are Jewish
you.
and come from your own diaspora group with its own food, languages, and traditions. Treating Ashkenazi Jews the way that non-Jews treat Ashkenazi Jews doesn't actually make you any better. Let's leave those jokes in 2024.
Shut up.
So just before you
I
start,
don't. What the fuck is Ashkenazi food? I've never even heard that term in my life. What are you talking about? Bagels? Who's fucking making fun of bagels? That's like the only thing that we can all agree are good.
Well, she saw you going on stage doing your little comedy act, trashing Jewish people. And by the way, and in a way that we've had some Jews walk out on Danny because of his little acts, his
My
little
little
bits,
jokes,
little
my little
jokes
comedy
that he does.
jokes, yeah.
Little comedy skits
I've
that he
never
does.
heard Ashkenazi. I've never even heard that phrase, Ashkenazi food, let alone it disparaged. I don't
That's
even
so
know
funny.
what it falls under.
Yeah, being like, yo, Jewish people shouldn't make Jewish jokes is another thing. Be like, you know, that's you hitting us one spot you got to stay away from. Don't talk shit about Jewish food,
Yeah,
buddy.
I mean,
Even though you're a Jew, you think it's better because you're a Jew, but it's not, okay?
I literally Googled it, and the first thing that comes up is bagels. Ashkenazi food.
What else is it?
Matzo ball soup.
Okay, soup and bagels.
And that's it. The only two things we have.
Well, you think it's funny to trash matzo ball soup in your little
Literally,
act.
we have like two foods that are of borscht. No, borscht isn't really. There's like two foods. Literally, I mean, Sebastian did the best joke about it, where he's just like after bagels,
is
it's
it?
like huge
drop off.
Huge drop off. Nobody's ever like, let's go to that Jewish restaurant.
Yeah.
You know.
Although the Comedy Cellar is an Israeli restaurant and it's really good.
Yeah, but they sell.
But it's kind of
fucking
Middle
chicken
Eastern-y
wings.
stuff. No,
Yeah.
they have like a lot of those Middle Eastern
Yeah,
platters.
that's like Middle. Yeah, that would be not. That would be like Sephardic food.
Okay, that's not Ashkenazi.
Ashkenazi is literally bagels and matzo ball soup.
So nothing.
No, nothing.
Yeah, well, I just
we
wanted
have
to put that on your radar before, have that in the back of your head when you're starting to do your little bit.
Okay.
But I thought the JP Morgan guys, basically he had a guy in the meeting and he asked him like, why are you making everyone come back to work? Which if you're making $500K a year as like a finance guy, like
Yeah,
and
you
you
work
think
at JP Morgan, like one of the fucking biggest investment banks.
he went on a rant being like, our company's falling apart because of all this
Yeah,
stuff.
he's like, I can't get a hold of anybody on a Friday.
Can't get a hold of anyone. He says he says that essentially that
Everyone's on their young people are on their phones all the time.
young people are falling behind, and I think that's the biggest point is like if you are 20 to 30 and you're spending your entire time remote, not making any like connections and friends
for
in like
sure.
an industry that like is real, it's probably not the best.
not
for you.
ideal, and you're probably like losing out on a lot of stuff you might have learned otherwise.
And there's some people that are like, fuck it, whatever. It's still, I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna lose out on something, but I'm better this way anyway.
Yeah, and then people are like, well, some people move to Florida. He goes, yeah, that's not my problem.
Yeah, okay, then
It's very much
work in
like-
an investment firm in Florida.
Again, it's like, investment bank in New York City is like, you're all replaceable. I don't think you realize, like, in this city specifically, like, if you don't want to take that job, like, someone will. Happily.
Yeah. And these are, it is funny because they used to, like, but before COVID, it was probably like 80 hours a week culture. You're like the last one there is like a statement that you're making.
Yeah, of course.
And now it's like guys signing off at 5 a.m. to go surfing in Florida.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's interesting though, but it seems like there is a pretty big like CEO pushback against people for working from home.
Yeah, because it's fucking hurting the bottom line. I'm sure, like, he just looks at it and he goes, like, this isn't making our company better.
Yeah, it
And
seems
he's
like
probably
it.
just like, all right, well, easy decision. I don't care. And people are like, well, we moved to Virginia. He goes, I don't give a shit.
I've felt like that with, again, I'm sure that a lot of people work from home and they like love it, and it's, they know they're willing to give up those as sacrifices or whatever. But I have people that like I've worked with a bunch, right? Like, let's say no matter how you slice it, I would say I'm probably one of like the best editors around.
Sure.
Probably maybe more than other things even potentially, right? And there's lots of people that I've worked with that if they're in my orbit where I was like in an office with them every day, like I would probably be able to like train them to be like really good at editing.
Yeah.
But when it's, set up a meeting every 2 or 3 times, like
over Zoom, it's way harder to show something to somebody over like to explain it to
and
them
little
than to just
things,
show
right?
them.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot, there's a perfect example where it's like people that I've worked with that I'm like, I could probably, this person like spending time around me would probably be way better at editing quicker if they were actually like around. But I mean, you can think of a lot of things. You just see, you're around like the culture of, in a certain culture. I mean, even probably like how people like maintain their lives. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're a guy that's working 70 hours a week, the guy's like, no, you got to do this. There's probably like,
well, you'd be going for lunch with people and talking to people about stuff versus just like,
it's probably
you eat lunch by yourself at your,
or if you have something like you want a promotion or you want to like get something done, it's probably so much easier to like just have that in a casual way than it is to like set a meeting and do the thing.
Yeah,
sometimes.
of course.
But again, I can understand. Why
I mean, I have a friend of mine who he works at a bank, and he very much is like, when they started going in Canada, when they started going back to the office, he was like, I want to go back. Like, I want to go. He doesn't want to go back 5 days a week, but he's like,
just sick.
He's like,
it.
I don't want to be at home 5 days a week. This is fucking hell.
I wouldn't either.
No, he's like, this sucks. Like, he's like
a lonely life sort of too.
Well, also he had like young kids
kicking around.
and he's just like, it's hard to get any peace at home.
You need to separate workplace and
he's like, I don't mind like 2 days a week at home, and I go to the office 3 days a week. Like, that's all right because
yeah.
But like the 5 days a week, he was just like, no, I hate
you kind of want to separate the things. Yeah, so there's probably better.
It's more the transit, right? Like if you live across the street from your house, it's just like the driving that people
commuting blows.
Commuting, it's like, the dead of winter and
getting dressed
and like, you're like, I got to could be an hour drive because there's like a pile up on the Gardner or some shit.
There are a lot of people doing like their 250K year jobs in fucking PJs.
Oh yeah. I mean, Trump was saying, because they're getting rid of all those, federal employees and stuff, and he's like, how many people these people have second jobs?
Yeah.
He's like, they're doing, and that's what people were doing during COVID, where they're like,
overemployed.
That guy who works he's like, I work at Facebook and Google or something.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You got to be pretty smart to pull that off.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that's a delicate one because probably you're legally not allowed to do that.
I mean,
either.
It is kind of one of those things too, because if you're so great, like let's say you're a guy making like $300,000 a year and you're like so good at your job that it's easy for you that you can have another job that's $300,000 a year. It's like, if you're that actually talented, you could also probably get a $600K a year job.
Well, that's the thing. They're not actually that talented. That's probably like an entry level job at Google. Like you're talented enough to get into Google.
But you have to be pretty talented to do 2 40-hour-a-week jobs.
No, the whole thing is that it's like only 4 hours of work a week.
Right.
That's the thing. Is like,
these jobs are easy.
Yeah, they're like, we don't work 4 hours. They're like, we write 10 lines of code a week or something. And you're like, it's like, it's not a 40-hour week. It's like, technically it is. But
so you have 2 cushy jobs.
You have 2 cushy jobs. Yeah. And you have more than enough time to complete both of them. Yeah. I mean, dude, everybody knows government employees don't do jack shit.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, they could easily have a second job.
What was the deal with that story that happened in Miami? Basically, there was a Jewish guy that shot the other 2 Jewish guys. Did you see that?
Yeah, of course.
Dude, I didn't even get it. It's so insane.
Funniest, I mean, it's the funniest. All I can picture is like, I can't remember what Woody Allen movie.
Well, tell you what happened.
Basically, this dude was driving down the street in like Collins Avenue in Miami, and then he saw these 2 dudes who he thought was Palestinian. So then he just like got out of his car and started shooting at them. Basically missed them all entirely. He shot one of them in the shoulder because like some dopey Jew who's just like bang, 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 just like couldn't shoot. And then so he missed them, except he shot one of them in the shoulder. And then the police came and he's like, at the station, he's like, I killed these 2 Palestinians. And you're like, yeah, they were both Israeli and you wounded one of them.
What? I didn't even get it.
His lawyer was like,
guy just totally
his
cooked.
lawyer was like, he had a mental breakdown or something. That's what he said. I don't know. It's like, it's an insane story because literally the guy's like, yeah, I killed 2 Palestinians, and they're like, those were Israelis.
Yeah,
and
insane.
It's like you can't even tell Arabs apart because they were probably like Sephardic Jews. I mean, they were obviously like brown dudes, and so but like how would you just see like, how many fucking Spanish people are in Miami?
The story made no sense to me.
Like, I mean, I guess Arab and a Hispanic dude look different if this guy's got such a keen eye, but crazy.
It was a bizarre one, and then they were going to charge him with anti-Semitism, and now they're charging with Islamophobia.
They are charging him with a hate crime, I think, because they're like, it's still technically a hate crime based on intent, but Yeah, crazy story. And the guy was like a plumber or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Well, the Germany stuff. We've been
If a
talking.
plumber shows up to my house and he's like, "Hey, my name is Moshe Finkelstein." I'm like, I think I hired the wrong guy.
Jewish plumber doesn't sound great.
I'm all right. I'll just fucking let the toilet overflow.
You walk in, the guy's like, "Do you know there was a quarter in here?"
He goes, yeah. He goes, "I wasn't managed to fix anything, but I found a quarter on the ground."
Fellas, we got to take a quick second to tell you guys about Birddogs. If you have not already heard, you haven't already seen them, this is the most comfortable pant you've ever worn.
Oh, yeah. Nice and stretchy too.
Definitely nice and stretchy. You're walking in, you feel like $1 million, you look like $1 million. You've already probably seen people wearing Birddogs. You've been like, who's that guy? Is that a movie star?
Oh, I know. You think you'd be at a fancy restaurant.
Exactly.
Surely you have to wear uncomfortable pants at a fancy restaurant. Incorrect.
They've actually changed the game on that.
The game has been changed.
I've personally been in that situation where I'm going to a fancy outing. I'm not known for having the most fancy of clothes. That's why this is the perfect meet in the middle where it looks fancy on the outside. These are nice. They fit well. People think you're a movie star. You get to choose the waist and length, so it fits better than a lot of other
For a guy
pants.
like myself, they're a little stretchy, so you don't have to worry
Stretchy's
about,
nice.
hey, I got to tie my shoes, but I can't because I might bust the pants open.
Stretchy and shiny. They also got the shiny thing, right?
Yeah.
So right now, also, I should say that I'm a big Birddogs pants guy, but not a lot of people know, because you know, I'm sure anyone who's been on the internet has heard about the Birddogs. But what you might not know about as much is the classic quarter zip. Pop on over, check that one out, because this could be the unit for you. This is the perfect way to look great at a function. So the classic quarter zip. So the classic quarter zip is a staple in any wardrobe. You will be surprised at how insanely soft this thing is. You'd think it was built in liner. You think the whole thing was one big liner. We're talking. So whether you're at a family function, whether you got to go to a fancy event, whether it's a work dinner, this is a versatile piece of clothing. And I'm a Birddogs guy. Golf, that's a big one.
Big golf. Yeah.
So for a limited time, the listeners of the BOYSCAST are also going to get a free hat with any order when you use the code BOYSCAST at birddogs.com. BIRDDOGS.com. Get the best-selling hat completely free when you use the code BOYSCAST at birddogs.com. Support our show, let them know we sent you, and get on the dogs. The Germany stuff, we've been beating the drum for a little bit on how crazy it's getting over in these other European places.
Yeah.
But Germany, I feel like it's a huge topic right now, and it's pretty hilarious what they got going on. So you've seen the 2020 interview, right?
60 minutes, yeah.
60 minutes. I can't do a German impression, which makes this not funny for me because it's fun to do.
Yeah.
But these guys are literally, they're just like, so what happens when... what happens when someone says something mean online? You're like, well, they take their phone away.
Yeah. He's like, it's illegal to offend somebody.
Yeah.
Like literally goes, and it's even more offensive when it's online.
Oh, online, it's even worse.
Yeah, well, because if they're basically like, because if you offend, it's illegal to offend somebody, and then if you offend somebody online, it stays up there, so it's worse.
I'll play a few seconds of this. This is, I couldn't believe
Crazy.
it. And they all look like fucking characters.
Super villains.
That's clear. Is it a crime to insult somebody in public?
Yes.
Look at the guy in the
And
middle.
it's a crime to insult them online as well?
Yes.
The fine could be even higher if you insult someone in the internet.
Why?
Because in internet, it stays there. If we are talking here face to face, you
This guy
insult me,
looks like the guy
insult
from
you,
Office
okay.
Space, eh?
Yeah.
But if you in the internet, if I insult you or a politician,
That sticks
He
around.
looks like the guy. I got my pistol pulled, pop, ready to drop shots non-stop until I see you moving. Yes, drop. I got this killer up inside.
And like, your homies know who done it.
Talk to your mom, so I talk to my daughter.
know who run it. Yeah. Michael Herman.
Yeah, he looks.
What? Michael Bolton in the show, but his name is Michael. I believe his name is Michael Herman in real
This is
life.
insane, though. Like,
If somebody
they're so proud of it.
I know, and they're like if you like a tweet, like a racist meme,
Yeah, if you like a tweet,
you're like, the likes aren't even public, and they go, they are to the Germans.
Germans are really
Well,
up to some
Germany's the
nutty
one where,
shit.
dude, have you ever had the shit where like they'll on Twitter? I
Other
don't know-
countries stink.
I know every other country stinks, but I don't know if they do it anymore. But there used to be like back in the Jack Dorsey days of Twitter, where they would say like your tweet, you could post something in America, and then it would be taken down because it like didn't comply with like the speech laws of Germany.
I remember that.
Remember that? Like it would always be like this doesn't comply.
You
with,
were
like,
always
German-
getting hit with German speech laws.
Yeah, German speech laws, and you're like, I don't
follow German.
I don't live in
speech laws.
Germany.
I know.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, you fucking doesn't comply with German speech laws or whatever. So,
Dude, but it seems like they're almost like the fucking peak, the ultimate of the gay countries.
Yeah, and they're doing like these 6 a.m. raids, like literally, like you would watch. Like how
Did you see the videos of the 6 a.m. raids?
Yeah, and like it's like how they do like the show Deportation, or like if they're like drug raids in America.
Do you think they have their Dr. Phil, which is like some like liberal blogger that like comes in like for the raids, like does a ride along?
Yeah, he goes,
you
what did you do? You go
called someone gay.
Yeah, called someone gay on the internet. And he goes, I wouldn't admit to that.
Yeah, these guys are Germany's making Britain look like the free speech zone.
I know, and it's crazy because again,
Britain look like 4chan.
Like you're like it's a crime to insult somebody. You're like, you're like, so what constitutes an insult? Like,
I know, yeah.
You go, you're short, you're fat. You go, is that a crime?
Yeah.
And it's more of a crime if you fucking tweet it?
If a girl says that you had sex for not long enough.
Yeah, he goes, is that a crime? Yeah. Again, I don't know who makes the rules. Like that's the whole free speech First Amendment thing. He goes like, who defines these things?
Imagine that day. You're with the chick. She goes, "Oh, you're done? We got one here, actually. So we'd like to
Stassi, could you please come to my house?"
See, I wish I could do it, man.
Yeah.
That's probably my worst one, is I can't do. Not even close.
Not even close.
It is me, German.
Yeah.
How's that?
Not good. Not good. Not good.
Police, we got one.
We got one. Reported.
Some girl calls her. I guess it would be if a girl calls it. Imagine a girl being in like jail for calling a guy's dick small.
Yeah.
She said you
For some reason,
you sent a dick
that would be acceptable.
Exactly, right?
I think that wouldn't be a crime. But if you say she's got a big ass vagina,
what are you in here for? My boyfriend sent a dick pic and I said send the rest. Oh yeah, doing 25 to life.
Crazy country, man.
Any insult whatsoever.
Crazy country. Yeah.
Where'd you do that fucking hairdo in a blender? Ah!
Again, you're like, yeah, your haircut's stupid.
How bad cut.
That is a crime in the internet.
Yeah, how does that work if you're like a public if you're a public figure? Does that a thing? Like,
yes, they had a fucking
people comment people on this
dude. If you watch the rest of this clip, so at the end of it, they interview this German politician who literally sued Meta because there was all these like things. She's like this old chick, and she's like there was all these things being like you old like
bat.
Yeah, like all this stuff, and then she's like that's defamation, and then
you are old, that's not defamation,
but like the way whatever they were saying shit,
whatever the words are,
yeah, and they were like saying probably some worse stuff. They're like like worse shit, like, but anyways, and then she went to Meta, and then Meta was like, yeah, well, you know how many people we're gonna have to like hire to like deal with removing these from the internet, and she's like, good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, get them all off the internet. Like that's, or you have to. It's a law.
If we were in Germany, definitely every comment being like Ryan can't speak, Ryan can't read, Ryan. Boom, jail.
Yeah.
Jail.
You'd be like Valentine's Day, and they'd be like, it's Valentine's Day actually.
Jail.
You go, jail's for you.
Jail, partner. Yeah. Ryan's haircut's bad. Jail.
Yeah. Straight to jail. Yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, man, if you live in America, be thankful that you don't live.
And then somebody else reposts it or likes it. Are they committing a crime?
Yeah, in the case of reposting, it is a crime as well because
they look like villains in a fucking movie.
Whether you just invented this or just reposted it, that's the same for us.
The punishment for breaking hate speech laws can include jail time for repeat offenders.
They take your phone
away.
But
in most cases, a judge levies a stiff fine and sometimes keeps their devices.
How do people react when you take their phones from them?
They are shocked.
Isn't that crazy?
They are shocked. Oh, fucking country full of Klaus Schwabs over there.
Isn't that crazy? How do they react when you take your phone? They are shocked. That's what you got to be. You're a real bad boy. The girl's like, she's like, can I get your phone number? I'm gonna have to have yours.
Yeah.
Fucking state confiscated because I'm a bit of a bad boy.
I mean, did you see the interview Margaret Brennan, that retard, and JD Vance, and she's basically like the Holocaust started because there was too much free speech.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that's going on. They're like, the Holocaust was because of too much free speech, and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure when Hitler was in power, he probably clamped down on the free speech stuff.
Yeah, and too much guns too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, well,
no, that's the most revisionist history shit I've ever seen in my life.
America stay winning.
You could not. I guess Berlin, right? That's Germany. That's fucking cool as shit, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, cool city.
Berlin's a badass city.
Yeah, but you don't want to just to visit.
I know.
You don't have to live there.
You know, our girl Onaja got arrested now.
No. Whoa! How's her shitcoin doing?
So literally, we said this. So she was in Pakistan, and then she got off. She went
to Dubai.
Yeah, she went to Dubai, left her layover, and just started trying to do her same Pakistan bullshit in Dubai.
They're not having it.
Within like 10 days, now she's like in jail. She might do like 5 years. Like their consulate's trying to get her out, I think, right now. And basically, what happened was she flicked a cigarette at someone, and then she was smoking in public, and women aren't allowed to smoke in public and shit like that.
Yeah.
So she
can't do that stuff, Onaja.
Yeah, so apparently she didn't last long in Dubai. Now she might be going to jail.
Yeah. She got a little too comfortable with the liberal laws of Pakistan.
Oh God, I got it. This morning, I actually just added this. I sent you this, but so someone sent this New York Times article. They dealt with this New York Times article because there is a lot. We were talking. Germany's trying to deal with racism in their own ways, but this guy sort of solved racism.
Yeah.
As a white man, can I date a woman of color to advance my anti-racism?
Yeah, it's called the fetish.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Well, his fetish is getting rid of racism, and the fetish is working good.
I'm rock hard.
My business is fucking ethnic chicks to get rid of racism, and business is good.
So he feels a little guilty about it, though. He doesn't know.
He doesn't feel guilty. His friends are giving him shit.
Yeah, because they're like, that's not cool.
Yeah, he's saying that I can only have sex with like an Asian girl. He's like, oh yeah, I'd love to get rid of racism with that one.
Well, again, I'm like, I know a lot of Jewish men who have that same proclivity.
Yeah.
So this is not. The difference is that that's what they want. They're not doing it.
Baby, what you say? Me and you get rid of some racism together. Yeah. It's just so funny being like, that's how I'm solving racism.
Hey.
I'm straight white dude, recent college grad who has very progressive beliefs, looking for a committed partner who can equitably raise a family with me. Equitably raise a family. It's funny.
AKA get pegged.
Also, AKA she pays for everything.
Yeah. It's not going to be that equitable, pal.
It is funny saying I like equitable relationship to not get rid of sexism. What does that mean? I like a black chick with a job.
Yeah.
Who makes more money than me?
Nothing wrong with that.
Equitably raise a family with me. I have almost zero honest to goodness physical preferences. I've dated women of various shapes and sizes, various skin, hair, and eye colors, and have been attracted to them. But he's a humble brag. That he's trying to do Mambo number 5 right now.
Yeah, I don't remember any fucking 400-pounders in Mambo number 5.
I need a little Jessica. I don't want Jessica in my life. I need Shaniqua in my life. A little bit of Harpreet in my life.
Yeah.
A little bit of what's a Spanish name? Spanish girl's name. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like it.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I don't think that is. I think I put an A on the end of Miguel.
I don't know if you're going to be doing that great in the black girl community with the super overly progressive white dude. I feel like Asians are your territory.
There are the thing is, Asians like
brown chicks and white chicks. I feel like you're not going to be crushing it with the black chicks being like the overly liberal white guys
you'll
trying to get rid of racism by smug fucking you.
Yeah, you'll find some overly liberal black chicks, I guess, who are kind of like. But I don't know, because the thing is, the super woke black chicks, like they're very much like, they're trying to kill our race by inbreeding or by breeding us together.
No, a lot of the super progressive
so you got to find the
black
super
chicks
ones.
like have an AOC style boyfriend.
Yeah, you got to find those.
But I mean, there isn't that many of those.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Because even the really progressive ones, a lot of times, like really, they're more like black power progressive and, date a not white guy.
Yeah.
I don't think progressive white dudes are crushing it with the black girls outside of like Bushwick, Brooklyn.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. And again, you can't be super black power and then date a white dude.
They do.
I know.
Tell that to fucking
MLK. Right. He liked to get it in.
Yeah, he's definitely getting it in.
Dude, he's doing all these gay sex orgies. You see all
I didn't know about the gay sex orgies.
Oh man, he was.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that stuff popping up.
Dude, they had
He was a fiend.
His FBI file came out, and they were like, he was doing.
You had a wet dream,
dude. He would have all these crazy sex parties, like in Miami and stuff, where like they'd have tons of prostitutes and like making do all sodomy and all this stuff.
He wants to be judged not by the color of your skin, but by the size of your hammer.
Dude, he was a freaky deaky.
I have a dream that you will be judged by the size of your load and not the contents of those.
They're all pink on the inside.
That's it,
While we may have different colors on the outside, they're all pink on the inside.
All pink on the inside is you either have to be like you're either like just a huge pervert or you're a serial killer.
Yeah. He's a huge pervert.
Here's what's controversial among my friends. I want to prioritize dating women of color. I'm in a cross-cultural relationship. I believe very strongly that one of the main ways to combat racism is with your relationship. Part of me thinks I will always be somewhat disappointed if it ends up becoming one of the most important relationships in my life with another white person.
So you know who,
that's so funny.
You know who fucking is gonna absolutely hate this guy is the chick's dad. Oh, the chick's dad when he shows up.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
goes,
yeah.
"What's up, my brother?" I go, "Put that shit away, man. Come on, these fucking white folk."
Those honkies be crazy out there.
Seriously.
This guy definitely gonna have black girl friend effect to the max, man. Do-rag and Tim's day one.
I remember when they used to call this jungle fever back in the 90s.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. The dad of the girl with him showing up, like, can you believe what those honkies are?
Literally dashiki on.
Yeah,
like
I just want to say a prayer before we start. The guy's like, "You're not okay."
He goes, where do you have the Kwanzaa?" He goes, "We don't celebrate Kwanzaa. We celebrate."
I bought you a Kwanzaa present.
Yeah, I got you a Kwanzaa. He goes, "We don't celebrate Kwanzaa. Nobody really celebrates Kwanzaa. We celebrate Christmas."
He has his shirt on. This is down with the white man. Just
St. George.
Oh, he for sure. He has like probably like a you know, we were the painters outfits, the one piece.
Yeah.
But it has a spray painted George Floyd on it. He definitely has a R.I.P. George Floyd on a spray painted onesie.
Oh man, the dad must hate him.
That's so fucking funny. I just want to apologize. He's doing land acknowledgements. Yeah, black dads can't be fucking with that shit. Old head black dad.
I wonder if they're ditching the land acknowledgements in Canada. I wonder if those are going to go by the wayside.
Like eventually?
Well, all the shit that's going on there. You know, dude, it's so funny. They're like patriotism's way up in Canada right now. Shut up. Go Canada tomorrow night.
They lost though, eh?
Well, the finals are tomorrow night.
I agree that game was. I only watched a bit of it because we were on stage, so I was watching like parts. We had it going in the green room a little bit. Man, you had the best tweet, and I couldn't agree more, where it's like, hockey is the funnest sport to watch. What other sport do you get to watch a bunch of people fight every 20 minutes?
Dude, they had 3 fights in the first 9 seconds, and it's the
best.
Dude, it's the All-Star game.
I know.
Like, this isn't even regular season. The only thing I
looked at going, we're actually in Portland, I believe.
No, it's in Boston.
Yeah, I know. My buddy, who's the university professor in Boston, we were talking about it. I was like, fuck, maybe I'll go.
Oh, my God. I would love to go.
I know. Well, that's what I was thinking. You would
Tickets
come.
are like $2,000.
No, but we're on the tour that day.
I know. Tickets
we're
are
in
like
Portland.
$2,000 to get it or something. But, dude, it was so... I'm worried actually they're going to cancel it.
Oh, no, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. It's tomorrow.
We're in the air. We're in the air.
Yeah, but I'm worried that they're going to cancel this format because guys are getting hurt. Because guys are playing like it's the Stanley Cup final. And you're like, you're not supposed to all get injured during the All-Star break. Right? So the teams are going to be like, yo, we can't do this. Like, you can't have all our guys...
It's supposed to be a gentleman exhibition game almost.
It's supposed to be an exhibition game. You can't have our guys all coming back fucking injured for a month for the All-Star game.
For the country.
For the country. Dude, there's like so many injuries already. There's like Shea Theodore's out. Charlie McAvoy's out. Like, all these guys are like, you know, best player on the team.
That was action-packed, man.
Dude, the finals are going to be crazy.
I know. I can't wait. I hope we can get it on the plane.
Oh, if we can't get it on the plane, I'm going to be fucking disappointed. It was so good.
Both me and my hypothetical partner, that is so funny that he has a hypothetical black partner that he hasn't met yet, but he's planning on it.
Yeah. Can you set on online dating? Can you set by race?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Either super progressive or super racist. I think it's one of those things where it was a woke racist thing where they started it so like ethnic people don't have to be matching with their colonizers kind of shit. Right. Yeah, but then it's like obviously just used for dudes to pick which fucking race they want.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, totally.
You saw the Trevor Noah thing. You said Trevor Noah funny.
It's fucking amazing. Holy shit, dude! Literally, like what? Integration. Bad idea.
Yeah, he's like a true South African.
Some guy took his fucking Klan hat off. He goes, "That's what I've been saying."
Yeah, he says that he says in very, very careful wording that maybe integration's bad because he likes hanging out with Africans.
No, he literally just we all just wind back all this diversity shit, everything, and you just wind back up with birds of a feather, huh?
That's what he was. His message was birds of a feather.
Yeah, he goes, you know what? There's a reason why every cafeteria just naturally segregates in every high school in America. So,
well, you came to my cafeteria on Freestyle Friday. I'll tell you what you're going to be seeing there, man. And never didn't have a fight. Freestyle Fridays was like, dude, it's so funny. They had Freestyle Fridays, and then they had the breakdancing competitions. I might have told you this, but the breakdancing where they do the thing where they take the guy's head and then pretend to spin it like a basketball and then piss on it and shit like that. And then they would do a freestyle competition, right? And every single time they would have a freestyle competition, and the place would break out into a huge brawl, and they'd cancel Freestyle Fridays for another 2 months, and then they'd bring Freestyle Fridays then someone at the student council would decide to bring Freestyle Fridays back, and it was a big fight.
Yeah.
That was segregated, but my school was definitely not segregated.
Yeah,
Groups
I'm just saying. Obviously,
multicultural groups in my
This isn't
school.
the rule everywhere, but for the most part, it's just.
I kind of do agree that people do self-segregate a little bit, but at the same time, like. It's based on a lot of other things. Like, for example, if you see someone that's a comedian, like there's so many different factors.
Yes, of course.
Like you would segregate with if you went to a wedding and someone was a comedian there, you would segregate with the comedian. I'm privy to Toronto people, regardless of their.
Sure, I'm talking
race is
in
crazy
school,
low on my things.
In high school, in a cafeteria, it's just like all the Asian kids sit with the Asian kids. They might sit with the brown kids too, because a lot of times it's like you have the weird food and you don't even want to have to explain it to everybody else, and so it's just like. You just all the weird different foods just sit together.
You're into the same stuff, I guess.
Yeah, you're into the same
Play
stuff.
the same sports. White guys are playing hockey. Black guys are playing basketball a little bit. But that's. You know what? It's probably more like that when there's like less of people.
Yeah.
Like when like for example, Italians were probably like the 5% of my school, right?
Yeah.
Like and they really like had their corridor and that was their spot. But when with black people where they were like 25% and white people were probably like 45%, they were probably then they break off into subcultures.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah, they would have their own subcultures, and obviously they.
Yeah, but
intermingle.
I think they'll only sticking with your race stuff is when your race is 2%.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
like when you're like if you're in a school and you're like, hey, there's 4 Indian kids at this whole high school, you might find each other and be more friends.
That was basically my high school. I think my high school was 1,600 kids, and it was probably 1,550 white kids.
Yeah, but as soon as you probably hit like 15% of the population of a thing, I think you stop segregating.
Yeah. At some point, there's some part. Yeah, I agree. But still, for the most part, I think people.
But in America, it does feel like they do have segregated areas.
And again, Trevor Noah, #1 proponent for.
It's just so crazy.
Yeah, and they're all these people are these like fucking just nodding along. They're like, yeah, you preach. I tweeted actually. Someone posted that it was funny. Even the chick who's like on the TV, all her books, and they were all by color, like they were all organized by color.
Of the author?
No. So she had all these books on her bookcase, and they were all segregated by color. They were all color coded
in that conversation.
Yeah.
Me and my hypothetical partner. So I want to put forth greater effort and practice more listening than we would otherwise in a culturally homogenous committed relationship. And one of the this is the most like living your saving the world hypothetically. Just sitting there being like, yeah, and I'm gonna have a black girlfriend and I'm gonna listen to her so much. Like it's just
I'm not gonna take up any space and I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna listen and learn. And just...
The amount of listening I'm gonna do is gonna blow your fucking mind.
Yeah, and then she's gonna hate you because you're a fucking just a beta doormat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she's not gonna like this.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Bobby Levine. Family connections for people of color, including any biracial children that we'll bring into this world.
Yep.
Here's my question. Despite my well-meaning anti-racist principles, is this preference wrong, insensitive, or somehow racist? How can I be anti-racist and that's being racist?
Right, I know. It's a tough...
I mean, I don't even know if racist is the right word. It's just that you're a goof.
Yeah, you're just weird.
You're a weirdo.
Weirdo.
Yeah, it's like, you're making this such a part of your identity. It's like everyone just like, shut up.
I think the blacks would call you corny.
Listen, there's plenty of dudes. I know dudes. They're just like 4 Asian chicks in a row.
Yeah, but that's what they like.
They like.
They're not like I must date
intellectually.
Asians. Yeah, they're not intellectually like, yeah, I must date Asians because we must have mixed children. And you're like, yeah, I'm into Asians. It's what I like. Totally fine.
He says he's not. He's like, I don't even like them more.
Yeah,
which is almost more offensive.
Yeah, so
where you're just like, it's like, I actually prefer white girls, but I will date them,
Yeah, I have absolutely no preferences on anything. You could be fucking hot, fat, huge, gross, ugly.
My only preference is stopping racism. Sexually.
I mean, honestly, if you really want to stop racism, you could kind of remove yourself from...
Yeah, well, I guess he is because he's saying he'll have a mixed race baby.
Yeah.
He wouldn't burden the earth with another one of him.
Yeah, that's good. But I mean, he could get rid of him.
Remove yourself from the gene pool.
Yeah.
I do hope Onaja. We got a bunch of stuff on the Patreon.
Justice for Onaja.
Justice for Onijah. Come follow us on the Patreon. I got a bunch of bangers. I did a huge deep dive. I went through, and thanks to everyone who sends articles to the Patreon. I really appreciate that because sometimes you guys do send bangers and I like bringing them. So appreciate everyone, patreon.com/theboyscast, who sends us articles and has subscribed because it does help keep the lights of our very expensive Manhattan studio on.
Absolutely. And all that USAID money dried up. So.
Yeah, I remember about USAID. See you guys in Portland and then California.
And Vancouver,
we only have, we'll see you guys
some
there.
of them will be there.
Yes, no, some of them will be there, but I think there's only like 10 tickets left.
Oh.
So we'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.